Okay. All right. Moment I unmute the mic, Mom starts talking. That's cool. That's cool. I'm just gonna let it run anyway. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see how things went over this past weekend. Anything cool happened? Let me know. Did I do anything cool? Whenever I ask that, I think about that immediately. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I did over the weekend. Like I was doing some family stuff. We went shopping. It was mostly that. It was just like chilling with the family. My niece is going to graduate from high school this week, so yay. I mean, that's like coming up. That's not really technically what happened over the weekend, but there's something a little cool to look forward to. That should be a lot of fun. Realms are up and everything, so feel free to hang out. Up until stream started, I was just kind of taking a look at things that I don't have yet. Actually, I think I should filter this. Can't I filter out the stuff that comes from the store, I think? Can I do that? I don't know if I can just like filter out all the stuff from the store. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I was just taking a look at the things that I don't have, and like there's like some of the shop stuff that's here, so like that's whatever. But then there are things that I'm seeing here. A couple things that I'm like, wait, shouldn't I have these? And I guess not, because I see everyone has it, and then I don't. I'm like, oh, I feel like a buster for that. Like, what's this from? Oh, okay, that's crafted. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna have that for a while. And then there's this thing, which is kind of a popular guy. How big is it? It's pretty big. Yeah, that's a pretty big thing. That's also, well, I guess that shouldn't be so expensive, but I imagine it would be. Yeah, it's a lot of crafted stuff that I don't have. I get that, because that stuff is a, nah, man. A lot of that stuff is kind of a pain to get. Okay, that's more shop stuff, crafted stuff, shop stuff, and what are like some really boneheaded things that it's like, wait, how do you not have that? I know there are like a couple of things, like there are like some really big cool pieces, like this fountain. You know, some people use this as like a fish head or whatnot. Actually, no, it's this one that they use as the fish head. They just put an eyeball on that, and like there we go. I don't have the watering thing, you know, the auto watering trellis thing. A lot of Draenei stuff, which really shows you like I didn't really like play I didn't play the other faction when I was playing Warlords. So this is going to be like a lot of work for me to get, which is quite unfortunate, but I'll live. I will survive it. And then lots of like Legion stuff that I just never did because I don't really play any other classes because, well, I mean, like, why would you want to play inferior classes? It's like you play a paladin, and then it's like everything else is like a derivative of a paladin. You know, that's my headcanon, but it's true too. You know, so it's like, do I really want to do that? No, but they do have some cool decor, so I feel like bad not having it. Let's say hi to people. Haven't done that yet. What is up to Puddle Jumper? You're the first person to say hi. Appreciate you, dude. What is up to Savitar and Lillian Storm and Hailstone and Malvenia? What's up to Talani and Snedro and Wraith Angel, I think? What's up to just Maribel and Wild Huntress and Blywin and MC? What's up to Admara? Hello to Ann Online and to the rest, y'all. The beautiful Digital Smile Pigs are going to join us up today. Hope everyone's doing well. Most of the Draenei stuff comes from the Garrison Rat campaign. Yeah. So there's like one of the things that I remember kind of talking about was the Calderai Arch. Well, I don't have that either. Oh, that's crafted. There's like this Calderai Arch, very iconic, very obvious looking. Don't have it. I think that comes from being no. It's like no. There's That's different. It was something from Draenei, where you had to basically be exalted with the Council of Exarchs, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna take a while, because you have to do a lot of like the questing and daily stuff, and then you gotta grind mobs over in Shadowwind Valley, which ain't so bad because I'm just one-shotting stuff, but it still sucks. Someone did mention, hey, you can use time walking for that sort of stuff. I'm like, brilliant. Really smart on that front. And so, you know, with time walking this week, it's like, okay, maybe I should get around to doing it. But I struggle with it because it's like, why do I do time walking for the most part? It's usually to level alts. Do I usually care to level alts? No. So that's the conundrum. Like, I'm like one of those players. Hey, I want the thing, but I don't want to work. You know, I don't want to put in the work to do it, which is, you know, hugely hypocritical. There's plenty of things that I happen to have that I did put a lot of work into because I wanted it and I got it. And people will say the same thing. It's like, yo, I want that. Servers are back up so fast, the reset hadn't even taken place. I mean, that's typical, though, right? I think we've seen, for the most part, the realms will come up. Well, you know, maintenance is usually pretty fast. Like, they usually do, like, a 7 to 8 or 7 to 9 Pacific time, and, like, that's it. So it's only down for, like, an hour or so. Well, I'll let you know how much I appreciate your stream. It's respectful, fun, and you don't cuss all the time. A very class act. That's intentional. So, like, right now, it is not showtime. Right now, we're not doing visits, so fuck, I'll say whatever I want. Right? And I think early on, when I was doing visits, I would still curse and all that. But then after some point, you know, it just stopped. Like, I just made it kind of like an internal thing where, like, okay, I'm not going to curse. This is family-friendly stuff, ladies and gents. So I stopped doing that. But we're not doing them yet, so fuck. We do that. You were using, oh right, you can do the how much are those actually? Is that worth it? Medallion of the region. Fuck no, man. Nope. That's not worth it. You know what is worth it doing? Fucking going to here. We're going to the damn garrison. Let me see if I can drop by, see if I can pick up some easy 10k gold or 9k or whatever that is. That's not bad. Had to play quite a lot to grind their general res, but honestly, it's mostly like killing mobs while I have some. Yeah. But like you just go to like certain places and you just grind away, which is, which makes me think like, well, it's easy for me to do because the alliance character that I have, they're high enough that they're able to like get by just fine. But it's still like not as fast as I want it to be, of course. Yeah, for me, I don't think it's, oh, wrong thing. For me, I don't think it's worth, like, I make gold, but I don't make that kind of gold. Shoot. Alright, any medallions here? Nope, no medallions here. Oh well. Actually, should I just run through the cycle and all that? Just for the sake of, you know, getting stuff through? Because, I mean, I guess I could use the resources to, like, buy stuff and turn it into ink and all that. Yeah, there's that. Will the tombstones be available on the vendor that sells cobwebs? No. It's available on, like, the... one of the Founders Point vendors. So, yeah. It's one of those. I wish I did not keep track of, like, which one did what. Because when I was... Where's my list? Where's the script that I put together? Like, when I was putting together the list and making sure that I had, like, all the things that were going to go in, here. I tried to organize it. But eventually, like, I just had, like, you know, I was like, okay, here's the Razorwind vendor, here's the whatever vendor, and I'm like, okay, and I started to lose track. Because I would, like, miss one. I'm like, oh, okay, let me put that one in there, and yada, yada, yada. That's crazy, my house. Yeah, I know, it's wild, huh? Amazing. Now, honestly, you know, part of me is like, okay, it would be kind of cool to have... I wouldn't really want my warband to show up. Like, I don't want my characters to show up, but I want the characters who I want to show up to show up. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, it would be cool if I can like get neighbors to like suddenly show up, but otherwise I would just make entirely new characters just for the purpose of having them, you know, mosey around the house or whatever. You know, so I would have like a couple of like, you know, hot chicks or whatever, and just in like their just in like the sweats and whatnot, they'll have like them walking around or whatever, and they're just like bumming over. That's it. You know, that I would want to have something like that. I wouldn't want like no fully armored, you know, whoever like strolling through. I'm like, okay, making it weird. We have 14 minutes. I want to go on to the PTR real quick, just real quick, and then we'll head over to EU realms for like cool stuff. Just because I want to peruse. Oh, update. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Just made a grave in my house, and I was using chair bats for my headstones. Looking forward to the new ones, though. I think what folks have put together to kind of make, you know, throw together tombstones and whatnot, I think they're pretty cool. I like how inventive people were about throwing stuff together. It's like, instead of just having a regular old tombstone, it's like, okay, here's like something a little bit special. You know, here's like a bit of a monument that gives a little bit of flavor and character into that particular monument. So number of what I'm going to get from Alliance side, yeah, I know it kind of sucks because, you know, just like how I was saying, oh man, you got to play the inferior class to get their decor. Sometimes you got to play the inferior faction to get some of their decor, which is a big shame. You know, he's resolving however you spell it, and a tomb. Nice. Nice. Maybe we'll see it someday. Archaeology items were probably the most painful part. Oh, from like what? From Warlords? I didn't really bother with most of them. So like I got some of them. But mostly I was doing Warlords archaeology because I was trying to trade that stuff in so I can get that stupid sword from Cataclysm that I never got. Never got it. So yeah. I think you're talking about like some of the things that are here, which is like, okay, yeah, you got a couple of things here. What do you do? And like, that's kind of it. Yeah. It'll be cool one day when they decide, hey, you know, we're going to take the stuff that was earned from things like here and the Legion archaeology thing or other archaeology stuff, and then make that into the core. You know, so that would be like one way to add like a little bit of life to a dead secondary profession. Sorry, but it's dead. It's they just refuse to admit it. So when a guild has graves with niffin dirt on it, then you can lay down and you're gone. It's okay, that's funny. That is true. You can pull that off. Let's see, yeah, I didn't get to work on my house at all. Oh, but there's something I want to do real quick. I got like 10 minutes. Okay, so what is the name of that giant head? Can I just say troll? Okay, that's not it. Let me change. Okay, so it's a colossal. Okay, I want that. I want like they cost 500. Okay, let's go get that real quick. I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 of them, something like that. Off to Zulaman. Zulaman, right? I think that's where it told me to go. Crap. Because that's such a zany and like massive item that I want to do things with that. So let's pick up like a couple of these because I still haven't done any outdoor decor yet. None. Haven't done it at all. I think when the patch comes out, that's like a good time for me to finally get to it, like do stuff. I want to make my giant cannon. Still on that. You know, so I'm at least determined to do it once. But I kind of want to keep it like that. I think I'm stuck on that sort of concept, and maybe I'll do like weird things with the Alliance house with Light's Refuge, and that'll be its own like different thing. How do I get in this way? And you. All right. Oh, this is stuff I don't have yet. So I guess I'll get some +1s. Hey, and here we go. Let's get like 5. Let's go. Just want to review my horde house outside. I'm not happy with it. Your house. Yeah, you can do whatever you like, buddies. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do the horde one. The head's giant, but I love the masks. Cool. All right, so what I wanted to do is take this and okay, sorry Blood Elf House, but you're going to Orc House. We're keeping you tiny. Don't really need a big place. Cool. And then can I bring this dude down some? Like, yeah, that's cool. But then head? Crap. What's it called again? Colossal Amani thing. Okay, so 1, 2, something, 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 alright? And all I wanted to do really was how do I do this? So let's just make him like really big. Okay. For now. And then I'll figure it out later. Like, hey, this is not excessive at all, right? Yeah, fine. We're fine. I can barely manage like this. Crap. I can't even find the gimbal to rotate this thing. This is so stupid. Oh, this is so dumb. Okay, so what I wanted to do was okay. Okay, this is just way too big. I just wanted to have like an array of heads that that kind of like come out, and just have like this array of heads. That's it. You know, just something. This is too big. This is, yeah. I can't even work with like them being any bigger. I'll resize them later, right? Because it's just taking up so much real estate. I just don't know what to do with it. So I'll have these guys face forward. So I just wanted to have like something like that, right? And this guy is going like, okay, this guy will be big, right? Just fucking stupid big, right? Like that, and then kind of come forward a little bit. Oh god, it's totally an illegal move. It's too much. All right, just come forward until it's legal. There we go. Excellent. And then this one stray guy, just oh no, you know, you can be like this little dude, right? And then let me kind of bring you around a little bit, have you tilt down some. Come on, down, right, like that. And then you gotta come out a little bit too, buddy. And then lower there, right? See, player housing is easy. Oh, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. This thing, I think, needs to rotate just a little that way, and then this thing can, like, go out some. This thing can go out here. Yeah, so there you go. See how easy it is. Fucking clean, man. It's so clean. Nice and easy. And then Nothing. It's just done. Boom. Oh, you know. Oh. Okay. Here's what I'm missing: guns. Just like some big old guns on the side. Or all of these are guns, right? These are gun holes, and so I'll have like lasers coming out of these, or like something crazy like that. Or I'll just have like evidence of like what had happened, like the eyes will glow, right? And then it's just gonna be fire all over the place. So if I were to have like, oh well, I can't have braziers out. I would have a bunch of braziers out. That would just be, and debris. That's it. Done. How does the back look? The back looks, oh, my bad. I got 4 minutes. Do I have any more heads? I got no more heads. Crap. Nope. I need something else. Okay, quick. What's really big? Aside from these heads. No, that's not big. Yeah, anything big. Anything big. I just need a giant thing. I want to... Walls? No, wall. Okay, walls are no. Dark portal. Dark... Oh, I just want to cover up this nasty backside. It's like he's naked. I guess I just need more heads. That's all I can think of. Oh, yeah, you know what I would do? I would just take the head and... yeah, it wouldn't face out. It would just face forward, and then it would just be like the top of the head. So actually, if I were to take... actually, this part doesn't quite look right. So let me just mark that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I just need another head that just takes up like this whole thing. You know, the whole top of the dome will do it. A tree or two. Oh, you know, a tree would work too. Let's see what trees I got. I got plenty of trees, man. Sure, dude, any of these would work too. But yeah, let's just go with this as just like, you know, panties. Quick little thing of panties. And then give me like some big ass greens here too. And oh shit, I'm out of the lot. It's too big. And then this right here. Oh, no. Here. Then let's make this guy a little bigger. Am I illegal still? Okay, we're fine. Fucking done. See? Easy. See, outdoor decor is easy. I thought I was going to struggle with this. No problem, dude. And how much budget have I still got? I got like 200. Dude, I could have this labyrinth of heads to like kind of navigate through. So we're like at first person and we're like just kind of going through. Imagine going through like this hallway and then you have like nothing but these giant freaking skulls like staring at your face as you're trying to navigate through. That would be quite creepy. And then when you get through it, more heads. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go to EU realms, shall we? So we got 5 fabulous folks we'll be taking a look at. We're starting off with Baindal, then we're looking at Rendruth, Snedro, Lilith, and then Jajuj. As we return to US realms. Should see them in the house, think Alliance barracks. Oh, but that's like the enemy, dude. That's the enemy. Oh, so I'm being presumptuous, but there is a group tour that we're gonna be doing next week with another guild, and then in sometime after that, it's probably not going to be the same week, but probably the week after, which I believe will be, let's see. Actually, no. Next week is that one group. And then maybe mid-June is when I'll be doing a big visit with the Walkia group. So I have a number of houses that have been chosen already. We're just kind of like working through like the rest of the schedule. They're a big group, so 5 isn't enough. I'm like, what, just give me your list, and then we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm here at the trading post stuff because I was looking at previews. It's kind of cool. Even trial characters, they get tender, which is kind of cute. How much tender do I got? I got 8,000 tender, but I can't transmog anything. I could buy mounts. Now that I think about it, I could buy mounts with all this tender, so at least I can use those. But I can't do anything else, unfortunately. All right, so let's go to number 12. Do I know talent's going? Oh, that's something else actually. So there's going to be a contest on Mego's channel. So it's on twitch.tv/megoart. She's going to be she's putting together like quite a few places for a contest show. So she's pre-recording all the footage. It's not going to be like a live tour, what I usually do. And I'm just going to kind of like sit there and like help judge and gush over things and struggle to be like, oh my god, I got to decide which one is like better, as if other people's are worse. Something like that. This is terrible. How it's a fun contest, so I'm counting on having a good time. And she's great. We hung out for a brief moment in Boston. This was after the whole 30th anniversary thing. Like once it was over, people were like shuffling out. And so a bunch of us, we went out for drinks. I had one drink. I'm like, all right, cool. Back to my wife. Bye. And but before that, I got to meet Mego, and I don't know if they were already engaged or whatnot, but I met her partner. Lovely folks, lovely people. So they're a lot of fun. All right, so let me make sure we are all prepped and ready to go. I checked hard drive space, but I'm paranoid. I'm gonna check it again. All right. We are fine. Dude, it is warm today, yo. I think it's already like high 70s inside this room. It's awful. What is the weather gonna be today, actually? Bullshit, it is not 60. Okay, it's 62 outside. It's like 73 in here. This is terrible. All right, screen looks good. Open a window. You know, all the normal things that I do that you should do are done. The only thing that I haven't done was get a really crazy air conditioning unit. You know, something that's quiet and just have that run like all the damn time. We share the same Alliance neighborhood. That is, I forgot the name of the person. Like they're here in chat every now and then too. But I haven't I haven't talked with them about a group sign up. So if they want to do it, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have everything ready. So let's have a good time today, shall we? Oh, wait, hold on. Crap. Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, oh, wait, you have to be in here. Welcome to my storehouse. To hear the story and communicate, we should be in the same group because lore character is ally here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Actually, that's not it. It is. I can't make a group. I know because I'm on a trial character, so I cannot be in a group. Well, bugaboo. By the way, thanks Wild Hunters for the gift. So what do you want to do about that? Because I will not be able to understand you. Well, you know, I'll just make an alliance character. Hold on. That can work. Communicate by BattleNet. Um, I guess that'll work too. Yeah. You'll just have to do it through BattleNet whispers. Yeah, we can do that. Oi, Dirty Pinko. Okay, that's a very interesting name. Thank you. All right, so I am. Go ahead and send me a whisper right now so I can take the window. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you're good. You are good. All right, folks. This is Baindoll's Place, Rover Founders, and this is meant to be kind of a story-driven kind of tour. So this is the Tale of the Silent Librarian Story House. So I'm going to be reading the chats. I'm sorry, their chats. They're going to be reading stuff out to me as we go through this visit. And without further ado, go ahead and take it away, and I will read things out. So since we got to wait for like things to be typed out or whatnot, unless it's like a copy paste sort of script, we'll just be patient. Actually, while we do that, we can kind of like check out the yard while they get things prepped. So as soon as we come into the lot, lots of paved stones that take us from like one spot to the next. But what I really like is the somewhat irregular shaping. So here we are with like the main road. We come in, we go around this fountain area. Lots of greens are set up to give it this natural look. And from here, the house, it's not exactly like facing the road or anything. The windows kind of face the road, so people can, they can see whoever's like coming in case of like, I don't know, raider attack or something like that. But otherwise, it's just very pretty. And it feels very natural with the way that all the shapes and decor lands, when we look at it right from here. So we have like some fencing out there. Otherwise, we have like some natural barriers, and they fill this out with, greens at the corner, place for puppy. As we go along the path, we have, again, some more greens to help take us around, fill out the lots with nothing that is, eye-popping, but it just all kind of comes together. Here we have this little gazebo attachment where we can sit and, enjoy ourselves like some sort of beverage, some coffees, and they actually capture their own little sound effect too. If they just want like bird sounds. Because like those birds are too far. This is like the favorite bird, so they kept the bird and all that. Awesome. Really, really pretty lot. And it's not like, hey, they took like the most rare things and kit bashed all these different things together. No, I think it's just like a great collection of regular old decor that you get from the neighborhood, and you make it all prettied up. Yeah, nice and simple. Bangdal, are you good? Do I need to like go inside or anything, or are you gonna start like the narrative now before we go inside? Just want to double check. Both the other so much it's like an overgrown country cottage. No, it's very pretty. Yay! Before we start, there is one more thing. Oh boy. There is sound engineering inside too. Oh, you want game sounds to run as well? Ooh. Okay, that's gonna be tough. Um. Mm, oh boy. I should be able to make that work. Maybe. I don't actually. I don't think my sound channels are going to get this right. Um. Hold on. Oh boy. Yeah. So. Okay. So I can do that. I can turn on game sounds and game music, make it nice and loud for everyone. If I do that, it's not going to be usable in a VOD, really. Well, okay, it can be usable in the VOD, but it might come out like really messy. So that's a future problem, and maybe I can figure that out. So, all right. So, audio, and then chat. You guys will need to like let me know if the audio is okay too, because if it's too loud for you guys, then I'll need to fix all that. All right. All right, this is a lot more than I bargained for this visit. And I'm gonna have okay. How do I turn off toasts? Because those are running. Do the toast sounds run all the time too? Because if that's gonna be playing a lot, then this is gonna drive us nuts. Why would it be unusable in the VOD? In post, I do audio enhancements, and at the moment I don't have. I'm not recording game sounds in a separate channel. It's all running on the same band. So if I were to try to do audio enhancements, it will get all sorts of jacked up. So the result is going to be my voice is going to be low in the VOD, but I think that's better than the music and the sounds being distorted. Now, the other thing too, like, is there a way to turn off the sound of toast? Because these are running all the time. They're running all the time. I think there's like a social thing that says, okay, here we go. I think it's online, offline. If I just do that, I think. Oh, here we go. Show toast when they're real time. I think that'll work. Yeah. I don't hear anything for now. So we might be okay. All right. Nope, that's still on. Okay, so shit. Okay. Restrict calendar invites, block trades, block guild invites. Turn off toasts, window sounds. Wow. Leatrix Plus might do it. Okay. I think I have it here. Guild member alert? No, it's like I don't think I can turn it off, so let's see if we can do it here. Social. Can treat things as whatever. Not that. Disable sticky chat. Intertech. Interface. One of these things is gonna work. Volume slider cooldowns. Okay, maybe this Reddit post is wrong. Frames. Okay, hide alerts. No. Toast frames for that? I can try that. Mute game. Nope. Well, okay. Can I mute certain game sounds? Chimes, events, login. No, that's not it. That's not it. Just turn off the music would work too. Well, it won't turn off toast though. And so you're gonna hear like a bling, like a lot. Uh, just do game sounds and not music. I mean, I mean, didn't they want me to have music on and ambient sounds? Oh, turn off the music. Um, but then maxing up effects and ambient sounds. But then that doesn't do anything about the toasts. So, you know, we're just gonna yellow this thing and just like see what happens. We'll just have we'll deal with it. Last of it, because I feel like what I'm doing, I'm making things really awkward for the designer, and I'm gonna feel bad. So, I think, yeah, I'll just have to like deal. So let's do this. Would you like me to go inside right now, or are we gonna start out here? I think I've done what I could. So. Story starts inside. Okay, so let's head on it. I haven't seen a toast go off in a little bit, so there's that. All right. All right. Hello. Oh, very pretty inside so far. Nice tight entrance. All right. Welcome, my friend. Hi. All right. You've come from a long journey. Well, I certainly have. It came all the way from the U.S. All right. So come inside. Food is almost ready. Nice. So we got this nice long hallway after throwing down our stuff. Paintings on the side, a little bit of color. Pretty dim inside though, but you know, that's kind of how it goes. This place is made of stone walls and all that. All right, if you're tired, you can relax in the bedroom or refresh yourself in the bathroom. If I was like really that, am I that tired? Feel free to look around. Oh, no problem. So when we come in, so we came in through this shroud over here. You know, we're being invited. We're not going to sit quite yet. I want to take a look around and check out like this cool kitchen that they have set up. You know, really nice arrangement that we have here because we have like these really thin, you know, this thin layer or almost like a membrane that's being used as like the countertop here as we take a look at the whole spread of food and all that. I don't want to interrupt the RP too much, so I'm just going to kind of like kind of peruse right through, and then maybe we'll do like a second pass a little bit later. But I was invited to take a look around. I like how we're stepping into like this whole rocky area. So in this case, when putting this house together, it's like it was built into like a cave area, and so like okay, let's use this cave area, you know, throw some basic plumbing in here, and then we're good to go. We have this like fun little bucket seat being used here. And then we got this box with the full plumbing set up inside. Adorable. They also mentioned a bedroom, although, oh, funny enough, that door is kind of ajar. Kind of curious. Let's go ahead and have a seat. All right, so now they're going to tell me a story. Kind of funny because they happen to be sitting on top of a chest, as if there's like treasure inside. The story is the tale of the silent librarian. My grandfather never meant to become a legend. He meant to become a reader. I never heard his voice. Not once. But I know the sound of his silence. I was getting artsy here. They say he studied in Karazhan, where knowledge is heavy and time binds like a tired spine. He walked the violet streets of Dalaran, speaking with mages who could fold reality into a page and call it theory. He learned from scholars, archivists, madmen, and saints. He learned everything he could, but knowledge, he once wrote, is not something you finish, it is something that starts finishing you. When he grew tired of towers and councils, he left. He built a small, modest house in Mystic Meadows, which is this neighborhood, I believe. Even the wind blows cautiously here. And here, his house, is the place where it began. The voices. Oh boy. At first, he thought it was the house setting, or the long echo of too many years spent listening. But the whispers grew clear, intentional. One voice was warm and calm. It was patient, like a hand on your shoulder. The other smiled without kindness, sinister, tricky, wicked. He wrote about them. One asks me to rest. The other asks me to understand. He chose to understand. Dude, this is deep. I feel like I was not mentally prepared for this. All right. So we're backing out. And then, ooh, this happened to be a secret. He started digging, he said. At first, it was madness in the simplest form. A man with a shovel chasing echoes beneath his own home. Dude's got to auto walk while copy pasting all this stuff. Days passed, then weeks, and then years folded into the tunnel like pages into a spine. Buddy, this is a long walk. Yo, this is really long. People say he stopped coming to town. People say the ground itself began to hum. I don't hear anything, right? Yeah. Then one day, the digging stopped. Because he had found them. The light changed. What the just happened? Wait, wait. Two temples buried beneath the earth like forgotten thoughts. How did the light just change? The Temple of Light is, I guess, this. Okay. Oh, pretty. All right, so one bathed in a soft, living glow. Ooh, pretty. I love how the shaping of this all comes together. Good framing. I don't know what those are. Okay, they're not saying anything yet, so I want to take a quick look. Oh, tables. Oh, smart. Oh, okay, I get it. Tablecloth in the middle. Each of these is like one table, all three tables. Smart. Very, very smart. Okay, so I think they wanted me to finish gushing. All right, so now we're going to the next spot, I believe. Let me double check audio stuffs. Okay, ambient sounds are going. Okay. And now the Temple of... Uh-oh, I lost you. Crap. Okay, here we go. The Temple of Shadows, one swallowed by a darkness that did not end. Oh, wow. Oh, this is creepy. Yeah, we like come in, planked up. Things start to like break apart, fall apart, and into like this setup. Oh, yeah, this looks really good. Ooh. And of course, up above, the moon and everything. Oh, that's sick. That is sick. I love how this lighting comes together. Check out the opals being used as well. You see some of the rune work with the, oh gosh, one of those Shadowland stones. Maldraxxus stones. There we go. Something like that. I'm going to turn this up some more because I'm not sure if I'm hearing what I'm supposed to hear. All right. Yeah, really awesome setup. Love the smoke effects. All this stuff comes together great. All right. The warm voice begged him to leave. The warm voice said, "You've seen enough." The other voice, though, laughed. Okay, I'm sure it's more sinister than that, but so he stayed. He did not choose one temple. That was his mistake. So he began to build. Not a shrine, not a home, a library. That looks cool, dude. He filled it with everything he could carry: sacred texts, forbidden tomes, fragments of languages that no longer exist, and cursed trinkets. Books from the light, books from the shadow, books that should never have been touched by either. Somewhere in those halls, he stopped speaking. Not suddenly, not dramatically. His journals just end mid-sentence. Visitors, there were a few long ago, said he would greet them with a nod, gestured towards the shelf, and then vanished deeper into the books. His mouth moved sometimes, as if remembering how words felt, but no sound came out. And even then, that stopped. By the time I was born, he was already a story people told carefully. They called him the silent librarian. They said he no longer read books. They said the books read him. I found the entrance when I was 16. The house still listening to the ground. The tunnel is older than it should be. The walls have been smoothed by years of passing hands, or something like hands. The library is alive in ways I cannot explain. The air is thick with whispers. It's not loud, but constant, like turning pages you never quite see. The shelves stretch further than they should. And at the center of it all, bum bum bum. Oh, okay, these effects. Nice. I saw him. He was sitting at a desk carved from black woods. Still. Unmoving. Surrounded by open books that breathed softly, as if asleep. His eyes were open. But they weren't looking at anything I could see. I wanted to call out to him. I wanted to hear his voice, just once. But I understood something then. He didn't lose his voice. He gave it away. The warm whisper found me first. Leave, it said. The other came closer than breath. Stay, it said. I ran. Why am I not running? But sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet enough to hear your own thoughts too clearly, I hear them. Both of them. And sometimes, just sometimes, I think I hear a third voice, trying to remember how to speak again, begging for mercy. Did you just do a thing? You just did like a little form shift. That's crazy. Hope you enjoyed. End of the story. Woo! We made it. Nice. Okay, I love that little shuffle at the end where you become like the person. Oh, that's a cool twist. That's a cool twist. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was worth it. This was worth it. Sorry about the trouble with like the sound and all that stuff, but let's now admire everything that we have here, shall we? So, cool stuff with the, with the whole silent librarian and the whole lead up, all the way up to this point. The way that this all frames together is awesome. It's fun. And I'm seeing here like all these like little, lots of like little things happening here, which looks like just like a whole bunch of tables that are making like this very unique shape for the librarian's desk. Great stuff with like the clutter and everything. And then the room itself, it almost feels radioactive in here. Like you come in here and you're being bombarded with all these like negative particles from all these different void wells coming in at each side. The way that these all dance together, it makes this really great ambient feel. This whole collision of things coming together, really cool. What sorts of things have been collected? Evil books, and all sorts of things that were mentioned in the story. Trinkets, cursed objects, all sorts of stuff being put together in this very, very tiny library. But it also has like a certain, it's awesome too. This library has like a certain kind of person. We've seen lots of libraries, right? That have different vibes, different scales. Like some of them are just like out of this world. This is definitely like one of those kinds that it's like, whoa. But at the same time, what I really like is how this all came together. What helped to create the vibe of this, final shot was a story that led up to it. That was a lot of fun. I hope I did an okay job of trying to read it with the pacing and all that. But that was great. I'm not a big narrator person, I still talk in this voice. I don't have like a reading voice. I don't have like that sort of range. But this was just fun. This was a lot of fun. Thank you very, very much for taking us over to this place. But now we're going to take a look at like some of the build stuff that was happening through on our way out. So let's take a look. So, like I said, lots of void wells that are being used to put this together. Love these broken shelves. These feel great. They still feel very natural, even though these are like single pieces and everything. But yeah, the busted shelves, very convincing. A lot of it is thanks to the lighting. That's helping to obscure like any sort of like weirdness. Of course, using the midnight lighting, which is a rare thing. Not a lot of people use this. Great effect when it's being used here. No. Lights are fine. Yeah. No need for that. I like seeing things, seeing it like the way it is. Oh, real quick. So, like, how did you change the lights real quick? Were you just, did you just walk over like an armory that was just like right under you as we were walking? Because that's my only guess. I thought, I thought that was a very good trick. Hidden armories. Nice. Very nice. At first, I was wondering, like, are you not the boss of the house? And like, it was like someone else that's like leading me through. But then, another character is actually controlling the armory. That's kind of what I was thinking. Actually, I want to go back to that, to those spots, those like altars or whatnot. So I think I go this way or something like that. Maybe. The layout work here is awesome too. This is a heck of a walk. Okay, that's totally the wrong way. Yeah, because it's a long walk. We're going down like one hallway after another after another. We're doing like these kind of like somewhat subtle climbs. Feels great. Feels great. Okay, so here's like the two options. So like here's like the temple that we saw here. Boop. Yeah, because I was admiring like the work that was here, and I think up here, like it's like multiple tables being used for this, right? So we had like these light wood tables. So you can see like the little studs or those jeweled tips right there on the side. But then here you have like another set, right? So down here, I guess, is like another three of those gem things. It's just you can't really see it. And then under here is probably like the carpet. That thankfully isn't being like shown, or maybe it's the statue that is hiding it. But I thought that's a really cool setup there. Even this part here, so what is this? It's got the windows, right? Yeah, yeah. So this is the window, and then they clipped the silver hand banner right through here. So now you have like that sort of decor, and then they use these other windows to just line the top and bottom to give it that framing. Very cool. Highly unique. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice this was an outdoor room. Damn. That's nice. That's nice. For a cave, I'm surprised that there's like an outside to the cave. I figured that this would like lead us into like nowhere. But then uh, I guess the whole depiction of this place, it's very otherworldly anyway. So it's like, are we really like is this really like the outside, or are we still in this kind of like interdimensional spot? This place is crazy good with the creepiness here. Love the smoke that was coming out, as well as like some void particles, especially up front with the altar and everything. Very, very nice. Yeah, great use of the floor work too. And again, the lighting helps out a lot. So we can get away with using both platforms here and then busted beams. You can see here, like you have like Belmouth floor, but then you have like a big contrast. Or what would be like very obviously like, hey, these beams kind of feel out of place, but the lighting helps to obscure a lot of that. All right. Yeah, I was catching like some bits of like light here and there, and my BattleNet hasn't been going off, so I think we were okay with the sounds not going. So I think I did manage to turn off the sounds. So yay, figured it out. But yeah, thanks again for letting us visit, and for putting being patient as we kind of figured out how to make this work with the sound and story and all that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Let's head over to place number 2. Over at number 13. All right. Be right back. I feel freshened up. Thanks to Faroon for the Prime. Much appreciated. Also, another thanks to Wild Hunters, not just for gifting, but for also the tier 2 sub. Ooh, big stuff. As always, subscribing, donating, and what have you, it helps me keep doing stuff like this, keep doing tours and sharing joy and spreading like all the coolness of housing with folks, without me, really like begging for money. So much appreciated. Thank you guys. Okay, is this for real? Yeah. Damn. All right. Okay. Magister, thank you for double gifting. Actually, thank you so much. Let's get this thing going. Welcome, folks, to Rendreth's Place. We're over in Founders, and we've got we've got this awesome Opal Castle presented toward us of the Kirin Tor origin. I would say this thing is tall as heck. I think they embiggen these opals. These are from Decor Duels, by the way. They embiggen the opals as much as possible, and then they just encase the place. And I'm pretty sure this is a harp that's being used to act as like, I don't know, like jail like beams or something like that. Security beams. There we go. And we go. Okay, this thing is pretty damn serious. They bought a lot. Now these opals are cheap, right? They're not too expensive, so you can add up like quite a bit of these. But they also took like this big old fountain. The inside of the fountain, one of the beds, dark hearts, a couple greens here and there to make up the backside, the dump truck for this house. And check out that booty. Sweet, sweet. All right. That's okay. Is there anything on top of this tower? There is nothing on top. Okay. There could have been like a picnic here or a barbecue. Just something like kind of surprising, but it's very in character. All right. So let's go inside and see what we have here. Very, very unique exterior. Gotta say. Gotta say. Holy cow. I'm like in a Super Mario Brothers level where it's like all ice. And I feel like I feel like we're gonna slide like all over the place here. Wow. Okay, so the notes here say one, that it's a full budget, but two, that this is a mage tower inspired by caverns of time. And so I expect to feel and see like distortions. I expect to see like kinds of bits of randomness here and there. Like, okay, that's, and very unique flavors of pretty much everything we're going to see in here. Okay, this is going to be a wild visit, folks. So strap in. We're in for a ride. It feels like those fountains are like, yeah, it feels like that fountain is like totally nailing that person's head. I think it's just a perspective thing, but it totally looks like it. It's kind of neat how things are like sort of coming out. They sort of made that kind of depiction. But yeah, let's slide through. And again, we're going to see a whole bunch of these opals. Okay, just how much, I don't know. But then we got like cool portal stuff happening here. I don't think this takes us anywhere. I believe this is the aspirant fountain, and it's just there to be like this neat, this very neat effect. But we're basically in this kind of sort of cafe area. Dead guy's gonna be serving me some wine. Hey, what's up? Chill with the bird, do our thing, and then here we have some what I believe are Herondar greens as to make the sort of background. It's a neat setup though. So, and then outside we have more depictions of paintings being used as the outdoors. Wow. So opal floors and opal ceilings as well. Wow. Okay, we're sliding through. And check out the beamwork that's being used to line most of this place here. Wow. We get to this room and all of a sudden we're in like space. Okay, we're a whole whoa, holy crap. Good Lord. All right. This room is gonna be a hell of a climb. So we'll explore like one floor at a time while we're here. Rugs and rugs and rugs line up this first floor, and we're meant to get like this whole void vibey sort of feel. So like in this room, we're in space. This is cool. Zendlari bed flipped backwards. They took the table so we can have like this sort of like spatial effect, and then stars all over the place. So it feels abstract. Like the centerpiece is the wine, is the poured wine. I don't quite recall what effect that is. I don't know if I'll be able. Oh, it's the hookah. Yeah, because there it is. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Because now I'm seeing this in kind of a different light. Now it has this very cool, like kind of like this sky effect. As if it's like in the background of a horizon. And it all kind of comes together to make a shot sort of like this. It's very neat. Very, very neat. So we'll climb through this tower of lots of crafted bookshelves, which are in prison too. Notice that we have like the whole prison effect that's being used here. Somewhere up there is like the top of it, but you just don't really like see it. It's like somewhere over there. On this other end, we have what could be something being sucked in, or like these things are creatures trying to fly out of this fountain slash portal like thing. And whoever's here is just watching it. They're just making observations. It's like, hey, bro, you want to check out like this cool thing? Oh, what is it? It's these lights that are trying to come in and invade our universe. Yeah, sure. Let me get some wine back there, and I'll come join you. No problem. So we're gonna start this climb, and god damn, what a climb this is! All right, so let's go. Oh, okay, that just tripped me out. Hold on. Really? I, okay, that was mesmerizing. Do it again. Oh, I'm very amused. I'm very, very amused by this place. So what's okay? So I guess we're crossing this platform, and through the portal, we enter. Nice, nice. We've seen quite a few of these kinds of depictions. This is the first time that I've seen one where it's just like straight. It's very clean with the presentation. I appreciate that. I don't know what I like more, but this is just cool. So we cross the threshold into Christ. Where are we now? Now this is supposed to be a Caverns of Time thing, or inspired by Caverns of Time. So we're coming out to what feels like, I don't know exactly. Invasion of, oh no, this are we in oh, I forgot the name of the city. It's when it's the Wrath of the Lich King intro for, I feel like it's the Wrath intro for Death Knights. And I just don't know the name of the city or whatnot. Is it Stratholme? It could be Stratholme, but then you don't see that in Stratholme. And you don't see Death Knights either. I totally forgot the name of the Hearthglen, or I don't remember. But yeah, the battle clearly did not go well. It is Stratholme? Okay. Nice. So I guess that's like Kel'Thuzad being like, ha ha ha, got him. And things have not turned out great. Yeah, I thought it would have been the Scarlet Enclave or something like that. After the Death Knights like rolled through. It was Scarlet Enclave. So it's through here, nothing through here. Okay, what about the PvP door? Anything beyond this? It appears there is not. You know, we're just here for like this depiction, but great scene. This is a great scene setup. Cause like, what are those? Are those like um those are braziers? No, they're wells. Ah, brilliant. I've not thought to use these as towers. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Yes. Very good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. So smart, dude. I'm used to seeing Gilnean walls, like right here. And great work with the Gilnean walls too. You know, because it's like, you know, screw the clip. Let's just make this work. You know, this is very convincing to make this curved wall and everything. You know, if you look very closely, you can see where the clips happen. Yeah, whatever. Get over it. This is very neat. Really dig how all this comes together. Yeah, great stuff with like all the burned debris and everything, the green growth that is not friendly. This is all plague kinds of stuff happening here. Sick. Sick. Yeah, well done on this room. Those wells, though. Oh, never thought of it. Should have thought of them. Brennan Wells from Legion. That's the place to go. That's the place to go. All right, so we continue our climb. And then we have, it's cute how we're using like these flimsy little books. It's like, that's our way to cross over. All right, so where are we heading to next? Different sort of, okay, different depiction of books here. I can see why they went for the straight option because it looks like we're going to be seeing multiples of these. So now we cross the threshold once again and into something a bit more pleasant. Gilneas, perhaps? Okay, things aren't going so great in Gilneas. There's like perhaps something invasive coming in. So we're here in this outdoor spot. We have some different kinds of representations, warrior stuff. We have a lot of cool Tyrian representation here, but that might just be like, hey, this is the core that we have to work with here. You think it's cool Tyrians? Oh yeah, it definitely could be. Inside here, so it feels like we're kind of in, it feels like we're in a town. A cool Tyrian town, perhaps before something terrible is about to happen. Really good town setup too. I really dig the layout. Like this it feels natural. It feels very convincing because it's not like this sort of like, okay, here's like this standard straight array of buildings and like that's it. You know, something like that felt that was a cool thing. Brief as it was cool to explore. You know, we have more buildings set up here. Building in walls. We have the little chicken coops helping to put these things together. And inside, they are, for the most part, more or less complete houses. Maybe that chest is a bit big. It's like, how'd you get that in here? We just built the house around it, obviously. A cool signage, by the way. That looks really cool. And then right through here, perhaps these are like invaders or whatnot. Like this place is about to be under attack by trolls or like Zandalar or something like that. But then we have this here too. Could it be like the Drust? Oh, it could be like the old gods or something like that too. You know, between Drust and like old god influences. I mean, this right here is very, very obvious. That's what's really cool here is how, as a complete shot with this, like you see the walls, they're not broken, but obviously there are objects that are being brought through to depict like the old gods, and they're breaking in and everything. And it's still convincing enough to be like, oh yeah, they're busting the walls, right? even though they're not exactly busting the walls because the walls are still there. So it's one of those senses where it's like, okay, the viewer is being fooled enough that these depictions are very convincing. You know, it takes a very close look to be like, okay, well, that doesn't seem right, and so on and so forth. But um, here, when you take on the whole picture of things, like it's just a very convincing, very great mock-up. Yeah, great spot. All right, let's retreat back once again through the threshold. And I gotta watch my step as just noticed the gravity's a little weird there. So I want to make sure I watch my step. I don't want to like fall off all of a sudden. And we continue the climb. A lot of climbs, or a lot of cool depictions here. So let's cross through here. What sort of what kind of books are we going to see this time? We have more of these kinds of books. That's a lot of jewel crafting stuff. But now we're kind of like going through water, obviously. You know, like I'm like knee deep. Water's coming down, so I expect Vashir or Rashar or something like that. Oh, we have this other kind of like twisty thing. And no, this okay, wow, this is really good. That's really good. But what do we have here? It does have like this sort of like Najatar sort of feel. Or not. There's a Naru there. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Zangamarsh is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this looks hella cool. Mushrooms and all. Mushrooms, swamps, natives. Looks like we're gonna climb up to like this sort of like maybe like a Draenei base. And so wait, is this climb gonna work? Oh, okay, that's good. This climb actually works. I was not thinking that it would. I am quite shocked actually. I did not think that. Wait, do the ropes work? I'm not too familiar with this, but dude, just really good. It's like here is like this kind of like Draenei base up here on the trees. Sick. Gotta kind of like jump across a little bit, but you know, we have this great depiction. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And somewhat simple with the implementation too. You know, because we have the razor wind fountains here to make up like the water and like the surface, like the grass is under it, right? You can see it like right there. But you know, we have a depiction here. We climb up some of these. This isn't a rock. This is like some sort. This is the base of something. It's this guy. It's our favorite buddy, but in this case, being used as a surface. Like the bottom of it is being used as a surface. That's hella good. Damn. Or maybe it's the top of his head actually. Yeah. So that's like an easy way of making like, you know, not exactly grains or stone, but it's just a big object that's being used. And for Zangamarsh, that works out really good. Nice. Find the top shroom. I thought I did find the top shroom. Here, I'll cheat a little bit. So like, here's this. Oh, okay. There's another thing on top. Is that like an organ? Oh no! I can climb that more. Okay, so I'm gonna climb back up there. I didn't notice those paving stones there. So, okay, I think we got this. We go here, and then here are the paving stones. Got it. Because up top, more of the house, but then we're still climbing. Wow. Okay, this takes up really high. And then finally we have, I don't know what this is supposed to be, actually. Altar? Portal? Both? Spaceship? Beacon? I'm actually, you know, I never played Draenei seriously, especially during BC, so I actually don't know what this is. Whatever it is, no, it's cool. Just a cool thing. Very nice. All right, let's retreat back now. There you go. Here's the portal out. I love that we don't quite know what to expect with each of these portals. Because we're going to like all these different periods. Oh no. And so there's more up above. And I think, oh, we've hit the limit, haven't we? Oh, no, but I want more. Well, no. I just want to. So have I seen everything possible for now? Did we hit? Did we hit their limit? Because part of me's like, no. I wanted to try and climb higher. All right. So I think we've seen all the rooms. Bummer. More budget, more portals open. Right on. That's cool. That's hecka cool, dude. Yeah, thanks for showing us this place. This was a trip. Lots of great alternate scenes and a great premise to use it with. You know, by using this whole Caverns of Time setup, you can have the flexibility to just kind of keep going and going and going and going. Yeah, so very, very cool stuff. Thanks for showing us. All right. Going to Snedro's place next. All right. That's your partner's house. Nice. All right. And I think they had like, ooh, I think they messaged me earlier with something to read. Cool. I'll find it. All right. Okay, maybe I won't find it. Crap. There was something. No. Okay, I lost it. Shit. Where is it? I know I saw it earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay, so feel free to read only parts of it or the whole thing if you like. But the last part is really important for me. Ah, it's 10:05. Okay, so I'm gonna open up some spots. I can open up 10 this time. So I have to open up manually, Kenneth. So I will do that right now. Kind of a limitation with Google Sheets. Like I have to open it up manually. So sorry. And boop. 10 spots open. Have fun. Okay. Oh, wait, there's multiple notes. Holy. All right, folks, this is Snedro's place. Rovern Founders. You know, we're first presented with this grand housing skin, but also what I'm paying a lot of attention to as well is what's below it as well, because there are a number of things that I think are happening here. Some of it with like shop items, other pieces, but most of it is using like just the natural stuff that you have with Founders. So first off, we have this pawn set up. The pond is being dressed. The actual water is being comprised of the fountain, the Razorwind fountain. They have these cute little lily pads that they had set up with. I'm not quite sure. Potions. Ah, potions as well as the top of this little honey pot are being used there. That's pretty clever. Yeah, that's a pretty clever use. So we have that. We have like these paving stones that both surround this pond, but also lead us inside. And then we have a lot of greens around here. You can see like the little wispy greens here, but also there's this trellis, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, a stable. So we have like these elevated greens, which is like kind of the one of the few places where you can get these sorts of things to create these sort of shapes that hug and create the base of the house. So really good use of that. It's kind of funny because that's what I see being used mostly for, not even really for like the actual stable. It's like, oh, dude, let me take the top of this and like do cool things with it, and that's kind of that. Otherwise, the place has a number of other greens surrounding it. Let me take a quick glance. I usually walk up here. I think I can jog up here because for the most part, there's not a lot of decor that people end up filling up these spaces with. Like, for example, in this case, painting work. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Is that they took this and they just kind of like made partially completed versions of it, but clipped it in while making others more visible. So that's a neat way of showing like in progress work. That's pretty clever. Haven't seen that one done before. So we climb up a little bit more. And up top, little observation posts. Telescope to look for bad guys or good guys. Yeah, very pretty. And I think we're ready to head inside. So according to notes, this is a warband house. It's the house of all my alts built around my very first human character. So it's a cottage without any pretense with a portal leading to somewhere else. The goal is to create a build that truly feels like being inside of the game. So very cool. I should set something up where, like right now, like the forums don't really say, hey, give me a 30-second blurb. I've been doing that for like the big group tours just so I can mostly elevate like, hey, check out the guild or check out the group and all that stuff. Maybe I should consider doing that for like the regular visits too. Oh. And breath. So as soon as we go in, it's very bright, very welcoming. I'm being invited inside, and there's the boss. Hey, with a puppy. The puppy's hiding under the chair. Okay, maybe it's not hiding under the chair. Awesome. So as soon as we go in, oh, check out the custom work on this door. Oh, that's nice. Now, what I think is being done here is that I think that's just a single shape, actually. Right? Yeah, it's just this. That's clever. It's just that, and then they framed it using this. Actually, no, it's just this for the most part, and then they just shove that whole thing in, so they can capture like all the different textures and whatnot here. Nice, really nice setup. And then they did something kind of similar here, where instead of like the normal nets, okay, that artificial sun's kind of in the way, but I think it's this trellis here that's being used. Yeah, just part of the skin. The skin of it is being used for the framing there. Interesting. Huh. Is that actually being what's used here? It's hard to tell. Hell, there's even a privacy screen back here. Somehow. Oh, interesting. Like I'm trying to break that whole thing down. But otherwise, a great setup there. And even this thing right here, we have like this curved, looks like a rack of some sort. Yeah. Bottom of the rack is being used as like a little shelf. That's clever. A lot of clever pieces that are already being used in this build. Great stuff with the acacias that are like blasting through, but also helping to kind of like frame this otherwise octagonal room. We go in here and notice the planks. They're really tightly put together, but also they're uneven, to make this bit more of a natural shape to it. Gives a bit more personality there. That's great. That is great. It's still a really tight space. It's a smaller octagonal room. We have this elevation that'll lead us into like a little bit more of the house. That seems to be somewhere that takes us outside. We'll probably go there next. There might be a secret behind here. Check out the piano really quick. Comprised of beams, booksies, and more beams to put everything together. Nice, simple setup. Yeah, these days people are being not quite as sophisticated as like the first time these things were put together. But it's been like this kind of compromise between wanting to get the shaping right and being respectful to their budget so they can have like lots of cool stuff, cool other things in the house. They can make room for like little details here, such as what did they do to the gnome? Wait, what happened to this guy? So this gnome is bugging out like crazy. Miss Murgle's like, no, we're not bugging out. I look totally normal. And then this gnome is like, I'm losing my mind. And she's like, dude, you're good. Just relax. Breathe, gnome. Breathe. He's like, shut up, breathe, relax, have another drink. Okay? That's just a hella funny. That is such a funny presentation there. So back here, you know, again, great setup, very natural looks. You can see how the shelf, it's not really like sticking out too much, but it's there enough to make you think, okay, it's not like built into the shelf, but we can get away with some things like kind of clipping through, right? I'm gonna glance back here just real quick to see if there's anything back there, and yeah, there is. We'll go there later. Trust. Love Picasso. I mean, that one is just like purchase, right? Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go what feels like it's outside. So we're crossing through. Boop boop. We go up a few levels, and dude, even this work here. Holy cow. So like this happens to be like one bench that's helping to be like, I guess, a frame here for the bottom. And then these are fences. Very clever. Very clever. And it's because, let's see. Yeah, like the same texture, just one fence post after another. Dude, these are like really clever. Cross through, there's even a climb already in this spot too. Dude, that's hella good. So we come out to like that kind of shot. But first, let's take a look at what's going on here. We have our kitchen. So kitchen happens to be over at this spot. We have a private eating spot. And then here, our full pantry. Lots of big cabinets being used here. And then like some other objects right here. Market stands. Clever. I'm going to say that. I've been saying that so much throughout this build. So market stands are here, here, and here to create these sorts of shelves. Notice how like, even though they're like uneven, they're a little bit weird with like the boxing and all that. It still feels good. It still feels like this fun, well put together shape. Very convincing. Yeah, there's lots of smart stuff that's being used in this build, dude. And the shaping is like really, really tight. Like there are things that like, might look funny or clip funny, but also we can kind of play it off as, well, that's just part of how the house was put together. It wasn't like, it wasn't 3D printed. It's not perfect. We just kind of put things together. Now this is a great shot. This right here is a great shot for like a bedroom. Big open window. Drapes are put aside, to let all this fantastic light inside. Really nice. Even smaller windows up there, right at the foot of the bed. Because here we have the room. Additional roof work is being done here too. Crazy detail. Absolutely crazy detail. Like, what are these? Are these like little flower petals of sorts? They kind of are, sort of. Now, I don't exactly know how the little dots are coming out, but oh no, no, I think it's just one pillow or one cushion, and then we see like the 5 points that are just kind of like peeking through. That's kind of neat. So here, are we allowed to kind of go through? Yes, we are. So I'll just kind of like boop, drop through. And then here's the facade up front. Wow. Oh, dude, that's good. That's really, really good. Ooh, boy. It's a pretty complete, small house that they did for the outside. That is very, very good. Damn. Table roofs, beams to help like support that. And then check it out. Like right under here, we have what look like, oh, are those pillars really? Or just beams? No, these are wooden pillars being used. Then we have like these benches being used as flower boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Overhead stuff with this one rug. Oh, I'm sorry, several rugs. Under here is a place that is this whole porch area. Yeah, great construction here. Notice again, we're walking on top of these little stables as we make our way down. And you can see more of them being used to kind of like dress the outside to, again, help bring that whole illusion together. So from this ground floor point of view, super convincing. We just kind of go out into like the yard, so it can extend out, and it looks like I'm being restricted too. So clever. Very, very clever. Yeah, so we're being stopped from going out there as well. Nice. So lots of things to eat and whatnot. And then we have, I think these are like giant dog beds. Can I sit on them? Yeah, I can. I sit great. Actually, is there like a different seat? There we go. Nice. So here's where we can relax, chill, have a good time, sleep like a puppy. And what are we having? Pies, desserts, teas, drinks. Miss Murgle's having a great time too. She's bugging out as well. She's like, "Yo." That gnome is still like back at home. He's back inside though. He's like, "No, I can't handle it, dude. Just wait too long." All right, let's go back inside. This is some of the most clever pit bashing that I've seen. Very unique stuff. Very, very unique. So we'll go to that weird place in a bit. Let's go up here. Boom, boom, boom. Up these elevations, through this door, and into the bathroom. Boop. Notice how the shelves here, they've just been like kind of shoved into, or they made a wall and kind of shoved shelves into it. And be like, all right, cool. That's how we're going to do our shelves here. Same thing here. The cabinets, they've just been kind of like shoved in. Beams have been made to create this whole wall. So it has this kind of sunken in effect. Really good. Know how we're like kind of like on this kind of lower roof as well. Because we went up a couple of levels. Right there's the potty. Place to rinse. And then right through here, I believe this is a greenhouse window. Yeah, so the greenhouse window is being used to obscure our vision. And then we just have this other kind of outdoor room being used as a facade. So that's just like the neighbor's house or something like that. That's sick. That's really good. Them neighbors, by the way, they look pretty broke. They got like little baby tiny houses. We're living it up, man. This place is deluxe by comparison. Oh, even the mirror work here is really good. Like, what do they do here actually? Is that, I don't know if that's a rug or not. No, it's okay. It's that pool thing. Huh. But the glow, I don't see the glow though. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, no. Okay, that's a rug. Okay, I got that. I figured that the effect would show a little bit better though. But I guess it just doesn't have like that intense of an illumination. And the rest of it is like sunk in there. So like, there you go. And then what's making the rim here? Oh, another rug. Got it. Got it. Oh, that's just the base of the object. Okay. Interesting. All right, so that takes care of the bathroom. Great work there too, because it's just a bathroom. But then they're like, no, we're just gonna use a whole skybox room as the bathroom, and then set up that whole view. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, so we're gonna pass by the bugged out gnome, who clearly is like, okay, this is like it's like, they're here. Maybe this is like the Murgle's house because we saw a Murgle outside too. So it's like, here's like the daughter or whatnot, and then here's like her bringing her boyfriend in for the first time, and she's like, yeah, okay, so my mom wants you to drink this. She says it's like a family recipe. It's really strong. Just try it. Then the gnome's like, yeah, okay, dude. Tries it out. Oh my god, yeah, and he's just tripping. And so mom just probably laughing her ass off. A little humiliation doesn't hurt. Modesty is all good. So we're crossing through this secret spot. Where will this secret thing take us? Now, I'm feeling the privacy screen here. So I'm prevented from jumping out there for whatever reason. But where will this take us? A little assortment of random stuff. Yeah. Go through. Oh, security thing. Okay. So keeping ourselves safe here. So we go through and into the boss's room. And the boss is saying, I don't know what. The boss is speaking in common. Bummer, huh? But somehow, now we're here. We're in the boss's lair. And they got their own safe. Oh, that's sick. I can't click that. Can I? No, I can't click it. All right, so let's go through and see what else they have to explore in this town. Oh, it's a Murgle town. Oh, neat. That's neat. So not a skybox room, but we are, outside, but great gradients that are being used with the filigree lights. It's doing a good job of creating that whole sense of depth. But we are in this, there's someone else. Holy crap. Okay, so we're now in Murgle Town, along with a chicken. And there's a boss. I could have swore there was a gnome here just earlier. Wait, is that the same person? Did they like form change? I don't know. But okay, that's fine. We'll let it be a mystery. So we're in Murgle Town. Excellent. They're having a drink. They're inviting us over. But don't drink, because we saw what happened to the gnome. That gnome got trashed. Even though it's tempting. Like, they're chilling. They're fine. I mean, their eyes are bugging out, but they're fine. They're enjoying their coffee and all that. Great bar setup that we have here, built into the Gilnean wagon. Oh, I'm all smiles here. There's so many little clever things being done in this build. Oh no. So I've seen a good number of like placeholder doors. This is the first one that I've seen with roadkill. Dude, that I don't know if it's meant to be a rat. I think it feels like it's a rat. But this dude got, yeah, yeah, I'm not going to close it. That's kind of rude. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Someone will clean it up, right? Someone will take care of it. What's through these doors here? Okay, that's going to take us somewhere. That's going to take us somewhere too. What kind of building is this actually? Unknown. Let's see. So we enter a church. But not just any church. It's a really, really run down church. This kind of has vibes of the church that I built, the little chapel I made. It's just that this one is like 11 times better. Holy cow. Great work with the whole rundown feel of things. We got moonlight sticking through. This happens to be, once again, like not an outdoor skybox room of sorts. But great work using these pillars. I'm sorry, using these beams as a way of shaping like the end of that room. And then using shelves here, what look like shelves, right? Tables, actually. Okay, they're using the tops of tables as the framing for the roof there. Nice. So lots of ruined stuff here. We make our way up. The open coffin. It's haunting. It's kind of scary. We don't know what's going on. We're also prevented from going any closer because I wanted to see if there was a secret back there. Oh, but I'll never know. Unless I can like hack my way in. But I don't think I'll be able to. But they did. Oh, that's cheating. Look at that. Wow. That is wait, there's a clicky there. No, that's just the light thing. They blinked. Okay, that's okay, they used literal magic. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah, that's some voodoo stuff, yo. That's kind of cheating. Ugh. 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 Oh no! I thought I was gonna make it through, but it didn't happen. It's not happening, dude. Hello and welcome to the neighborhood. Yeah, I got juked. All right. So I think we can backtrack out of this chapel and then we'll head over to the what might be the skybox room over there. Yeah. All right. So climbing up table, table, table. And notice here, yeah, we're looking at tables here. And now now this is like a total collection room, but it's all fun stuff. That's neat. Oh no, it's more like a shop place. Yeah, this is some retail stuff. So here's like Miss Murgle, like ready to sell some stuff like hat things and booksies and like little animated trinkets and more books. We got linens and all that. Cool stuff. I believe this is a shelf, right? This is a shelf that's just been, yeah. They just took the pattern from behind, shoved that thing in, called it a day. Ooh, check out all the void candles. Holy cow. It's a lot of, that is a lot of void candles. We go through and we have basically a lamp store plus a bookstore. You know, all the cool and crazy floating books are being sold here, all suspended by, you know, separated by here and framed with the what are they called? The pitchforks. There we go. Very neat. Love the way that it all ends up lighting up together. You have these incredible glows. Over here we have like another outdoor sort of view thing going on. But I'm merp. Yeah, but I'm prevented from going any closer once again. Nice. Have I seen all the rooms? Yeah, there's like all these like little details, all these small creations here. Fantastic. Like this is a gazebo. Yeah, gazebo that's kind of spilling in from the front and the back here. Neat. Now, my only small thing is the use of privacy screens, very good, but I think the angling could be like a little bit more friendly here, right? Because it's like, I think with this one, there's like kind of a V shape here that doesn't let me go any closer, but I feel like you can, you know, you can rotate it in such a way that, you know, you can just block off like this front here and still be able to like go through, and that should be fine, I figure, right? Still works. But I know for like some people who are like just kind of like walking through, they'll be like, "Oh wait, what happened? What's going on?" You know, and then they're being like directed out. So sometimes that can be a little confusing for people. Otherwise, this house is incredibly clever. Really, really clever stuff. Like I already had like some some crazy good impressions as soon as we walked into like the front area. You know, because you have like these really tight shapes, lots of very inventive things that are being done. They feel really original. So I think I have seen everything though. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for showing me your place. It's crazy because there's only like so many rooms. It's like a couple skybox rooms, one, two. We have like this like small rectangular room. One more, that's the other skybox room, and then here we just had like one or two more rooms, and that fills out a lot of budget. You know, because of just how many kinds of little details that went into this. So great work, great work. All right. Let me double check just in case. I don't know if I missed any news things, right? I think we're good. Arena Championships and MDI finals are here. Right on. And then the winners are going to advance to compete at BlizzCon. Yay! Cool on them. All right, so let's head over to the next spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, I think there is only like one or two more spots already. Yeah, spots fill up quick. Quick. Oh, we're going to US realms now. Bye. Okay, so yeah, they fill up fast these days, which is like, and four folks from the EU signed up so far, which is nice. Once we get word of when the patch is, whenever that is, I'm gonna be making like a big call for folks and be like, "Yo, please, EU folks, sign up!" You know, because of the downtime and everything. It's like, "Yo, we're gonna be here for a while. You know, let's go." Unknown from Oceanic. Um, Oceanic realms are on the same region as US realms, so for me, there's no distinction needed. I double check the difference between US and EU mostly so I can know like if I'm going to be switching accounts and stuff like that. That's all. What's up, Macho? What's good, man? By the way, thanks, big thanks to I think Magister. Thank you to Electric Glide and to Cathandri for subscribing. Cheers, much appreciated, folks. Adding more light to my house. Nice. Yeah, I was quickly getting frustrated. Okay, this is just hilarious. I might leave this. I might leave this in for a while. This is just funny. I dig it. Actually, hold on. I need to take that and boop. There we go. Perfect. We're done. Yeah, log it into this. I mean, let me take a screenshot and how this is just me, right? I'm very easy to entertain when it comes to like visual spectacles like this. I'm really easy. This did not take much, right? This is what 2,500 or so. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3,000. No, 2,500. 2,500 Marl because the first one's free, right? Yeah, there we go. That's good. I'll take that shot. Hee housing is dumb fun. Host. I recall a house that was shaped like a shoe. And all that was two of these. Just one was up, one was on its side, and then they just put windows and a door on it, and it was just configured to look like a shoe. That's it. That's it. I'm like, oh, that's hella smart. I was very amused by that. Okay, let's head over to the next spot, shall we? Nope, Firefox does not want me to go anywhere. Actually, hold on. All right, we will try loading again. Okay, come on. No? Okay, Firefox is being very unfriendly right now. Come on, browser. There we go. Okay, maybe it's being very stubborn. Okay. Number 46. I used a massive one of those in my jungle outdoor room. Love them. Oh yeah, it's so imposing that like a few things really like just are like eye catching than that. It's giving Allmark from Legend. Dude, that show was fun. I loved watching them go through like the obstacles and puzzles and stuff. Like it felt so fulfilling as they were like making their way through their cool little adventure place. That place is sick. Or that show was sick. All right. Okay, there's like some weird something's bugging with my windows. But I should be okay. All right. All right, folks, this is Lilith's place. We're over in Razorwind. We're first greeted with this exquisite display of Blood Elf architecture. And then somewhere on the side or wherever is the front door. Somewhere over here. Well, I don't often see the Tauren mailbox. It's usually like the Current Tauren mailbox that we see because it's like smaller. But it's always charming to see the Tauren one. Well, let's see what's going on here. So we have paving stones that take us pretty much all around the lot. So we'll go left first, as is law. We'll go around, and it's mostly going to be like the paving stones that take us around. But hey, we got this elevation that'll take us up as well. Some greens or adorning the sides of the door there. We keep going across because he presents us with a place to hang out. This here is it's arguably the most popular spot in Razorwind because it has like the whole dock area, has a great view of like the water and everything, but it still has like this sort of like secluded feel to it. So it's not spooky. It's just private, and I'd say cozy. So it turns out this whole climb is also an elevation that invites us to take a soak in the hot tub. Once we're done with that, we kind of like bake ourselves a little bit on top of the hot stone. I think I saw a well down there. Yeah, we have like a well down there for like some waters. Around here, we have this kind of like, we have this sort of like marbled porch. Just a sitting spot. Almost as if like this is where the boss is, and they sit and then they address the rocks, the rocks who are around us. Or if anything, it's like, okay, here's like the paving stones and people are walking by. And then here the boss addresses them. Yes, you may, you may present your grievances. And then off they shuffle away where they can also enjoy time in the hot tub. Awesome. Towards the top here. Oop. Am I okay? Oh, the walk check. No. Okay, let me run. I'm going to go up and say hello to the griffin, who curiously has... Okay, at first I thought that was a canvas. I'm like, oh, are they painting? That'd be amazing if they happen to be painting. No, they are not painting. All right. But that is their flight point as soon as they want to yeet themselves off to an adventure, or if they're returning home. Now let's head inside. See what we got. Actually, wait, hold on. They said the view from the front door is exquisite, so let's go back outside real quick. The view from the front door is exquisite. So here is the front door. We face out. It is exquisite. Again, it's why this plot is similar to the Zero plot over in Founders. It just has some great views. It's an awesome spot. Now let's head inside. Yay. All right, so there's the boss right there. Hey, what's up? Now, unlike many places, this place has a pretty low budget. Actually, there are a number of places that are part of this week's builds that are lower in the budget. So let's see what we have available here. As soon as we go in, we're presented with what looks like this setup hallway. You know, these are all walls that they set up themselves. Nice gallery. It's all filled out from the whole feel and look of things. So great quality work as we first come in. We're actually portaled in because we have the dark portal right there, but it has a big old doorknob on it. So it's like a skinned door of sorts, and not exactly a portal. But it's being adorned really strong with like all these big greens they've been big in, and they're like popping all over the place. And boy, it doesn't match, but it also provides like this kind of compliment that it's like, yo, just relax. This isn't that kind of dark portal. You just come into the house, kick off your shoes, have a good time, enjoy the sights. So through this hallway, we have a number of doors there. It looks like there's like kind of like an area behind that that's being obscured by that wall. So let's take a look at what's going on here. What sorts of rooms will we discover? And from the feel of it, again, you know, you can see like we have like these the kind of generic ceiling. It's also vaulted as well, so there might be some additional elevations, but most everything here is being carved out, so which is already brave. Carving out your own layout and setup, or floor plan, I should say. That's a better use of words. So here we have both our kitchen and dining area. Maybe this might actually be more of like a serving table of sorts. We might find a proper kitchen elsewhere. We got multiple French presses for folks, which is very considerate because I would take one for myself and I'd be eyeballing any extras in case I drain the coffee that quickly. Other folks will take the wine. Cool. You're invited to take the wine. Coffee's mine. I gotta have that stuff. Great work here. We have like this heavy purple theme. It still happens to go well because it has that like that purple and gold feel. The red and gold helps to complement that. But then we're invited to go into the adjacent room, which could be a kitchen proper. I lied. Nope. We just have like a whole bunch of hallways that lead us down and into here. But I'm going to retreat instead. I'm going to let myself like go through like this first hallway extensively, and then we'll make our way back. I kind of want to try and do that. It's kind of the danger with these sort of sprawling builds that, you know, you might be led elsewhere, but then you eventually get looped back. And then it's like, okay, did I like miss turns or something like that? So if I need to retreat back, I will. Now back here, we got this kind of demonstration of Horde Pride. This is the council room. Boss sits, kind of cute. We have the moonwells that are being used here. And then right along here, oh, another kind of planning spot. Interesting. So it's like here we have like all these different class and race representations. Here it's more like, you know, like the overseer. It's like, okay, Warchief is ultimately in charge, but the warband, you know, they got their own battle plans, they have their own strategy being set up. Cool. And then here we go through another sort of optional hallway. It's just kind of an alternate entrance in and out. So instead though, we'll go through like these other rooms first, make sure that we actually see everything. Because this actually takes us to that hallway with Sassy Dragon. This one takes us to the other one. Let's check through here really quick, because there's a little bit more in this hallway to explore. Such as a bar area. Nice. So everyone's got these cool deluxe chairs, which are incredibly deadly. I gotta say. You pick this up, you swing it at someone, they're dead. You fall over and you trip. You can't really catch this. You're going to get your arm chopped off. Very unsafe for regular dining chairs. But we do have like this expansive bar area being set up. Check out the shelf work here. You know, tall shelves, but also extensions here. And they put doors there. Nice. Actually, let me take a little bit of a closer look at this one spot, if I can. But I can't because there's a weird window thing happening to me. Oh, well, I'll figure that out later. So let's close this up. Cool bar setup and restaurant setup. Oh, and then there was, and then I think this also takes us to like the hallway. Yeah, so this takes us to that hallway again. Nice. And then back here, I'll just take a quick peek. If this happens to be like a dead end, this might not be. Oh, it looks like this is the kitchen area. All right. All right, we'll go to the kitchen area in a bit, but I'm going to pause because there's this really annoying thing that's happening. Like, there's like a hidden window or something here, and I don't know what it is. And it's preventing me from like, yeah, yeah, how weird. Notice up top here how my mouse cursor changes from WoW to not WoW, and I don't know what it is. It's like some sort of invisible window. And I don't know what to do about that yet. I'm going to start closing things, so let me see if that helps. Close that. Close that. Nope, still there. Maybe it's a Windows thing. Close that. Close that. Nope, still there. Dude, what is it? Software update? Nope. Nope. Yep. Close that. Close that. Still there. What the hell? Okay, let me close WoW, actually. Nope, still there. That's going to bother me a lot, actually. Sorry. I don't have a lot of stuff running. I guess I'll close ground control. Nope. BattleNet? BattleNet, are you betraying me? No, not Google Doc, because I closed that already too. Hmm. What I get in my vault? Mythic chests. Mythic chests. So I actually picked something up for a change, which means I'm only going to do one key this week. No. We're going to do two. That's right. That's right. I can still do two. That's fine. Okay. I don't know what it is that's interrupting my windows. Actually, it's happening on my other screen too. Okay, is it happening here too? Okay, this is weird. So all of my Windows screens have like this area up here that I just can't click on anything. Huh. So what is it? I mean, I'm guessing it's some sort of program. I just don't know what. Crap. Yeah, I wonder what it is. It's very, very not clear. Hmm. Oh, maybe an overlay. Oh, like a dis. Oh, let me close Discord. Yeah, let me see if that's doing anything. I think I do have an NVIDIA overlay as well, but let me try closing Discord first. And nope, it's not that. Yeah, let me try the NVIDIA stuff. Actually, not that. And then what other weird things do I have open here? I don't need that. Nope, that's not it. How weird. I've never seen anything like this before. If I use see-through windows, no, I don't use the see-through windows. I mean, okay, I admit some of these things I'm not even quite sure what they are. I might have to do a restart, but it's not gonna ruin the tour. It's just that I can't do I won't be able to inspect, which is pretty annoying. And it's weird because it just happened too. I wonder what it is. Oh well. If I put another program there, can I click it? No. So like for example, WoW. I can't put anything there. Or if I take this, like here, I'll move, I'll like, see how I'm moving this window? Here's my cursor. I move it up to here, right? And then I click again, and now I can't click on it because whatever this is, it's in the way. So if I click here, I can now move stuff. So there's like this dead zone for some reason. And I don't know what it is yet. Oh well. What's in my vault? Mythic chest. And no, I didn't remember to upload the logs. I'll try to do it later. Oh well, sorry about that. Didn't mean to disrupt the visit like that, but damn, technical issues. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't close the thing. That's so lame. All right. So start at the house. We go here. All right. So I was here. Right. All right. So the layout is a little irregular. So I know there's a kitchen there, but I think I'm going to be going this way now. because there might be like some other upstairs areas to explore, unless there's a secret behind here. Yes, there is. In this spot, we have this sort of relaxy place to hang out in. Funny enough, privacy screen being set up right over here too, to, you know, kind of warm things up a little bit. Ah, I like this whole sunken wall effect here. You know, this nice little countertop space for snackies. They even set up like these kinds of, I'm gonna call these drinks. I'm gonna call these special Herondar plant-based organic delicious smoothie things. I'll go with something like that. All right. And then right inside here, the bathroom. We got our very basic chamber pot sort of seating here. We're good to go. We have a little cloth there to wipe ourselves clean. It's a cloth though, so I gotta now rinse the cloth too. Once that's done, let that thing dry out over there. Hopefully no one goes in there to use it right afterwards. Gotta wait for that thing to like dry or sanitize. Or, you know, magic will take care of that, I hope. All right, so that was a special little secret over there. And right this way, we got a sassy dragon looming over us. Inside this stairwell room, upstairs, we have like this kind of extended garden, which does not seem to be accessible from down here, but that's all right. Here's just kind of a sitting room. We're here to enjoy some of the sights, the smells, the sounds, that delicious backside from Sassy Dragon. She's like, get off my back. Why you gotta be there? But really pretty. Very, very pretty setup. It's like, no, Sassy Dragon, you're not spoiling anything. You're fine. All right. And then right through here, okay, that was the sitting room. That's where we came from. So now we're going to go to the other end, across the way. Sassy Dragon is a jewel crafting statue, I believe. All right, so over there, fountain. Let's see what is through here. This is, okay, this is the unsafe, this is the unsafe bar that we were talking about. It was this end that I wanted to take a look at. So here is the planning table that we had saw. Okay, so we've seen both sides of these now. Yeah. Seen both sides of these, and now I think we're ready to go this way. Walking on top of these stones into this fountain. And then this thing got stabbed by the pillar. Just kidding. It's being, you know, kind of worked up to also be a pillar. Maybe it can be like, you know, shoved a little bit to the side there to make the even shape. But no, we're still good for the most part. Pretty clever with them trying to do that. The place is otherwise just dressed with all sorts of greens. So this kind of tells me, like, because I believe the level of the house is not like super high. I got to get my thing back up. I believe the level of the house, it's not like super high. So when the time comes, then if they wanted to like redo this as like an external room, or I'm sorry, a skybox room, that's something that's very possible for them as well. You know, this is them just kind of demoing it with what we have here, and we'll see if we can explore up top there. I'm pretty sure we can. There's a lot of work that's being done up there, so I have a feeling that as we retreat, go back to the main hall and into that kitchen area, we're going to find an additional climb that will take us upstairs so we can see the rest of the place. All right. Yeah, so there are the stairs there. But first off, the kitchen. Big old kitchen setup. Again, you know, in this case, they're using a regular stairwell room, one with provided stairs. The bottom here is how they carved out this kitchen area. So you can see the slant right over there here. Big old fridge. Non-functional, but it's all right. We know what's going on here. A lot. It's this big of a fridge. This thing is packed with the food. Like watermelons, yeah, I can go in the fridge too. That's no problem. Great shaping work here with this really tight kitchen setup as well. Got food ready to go. Things are being prepped. Big old cabinets full of things, including different condiments, books for references and all that. Yeah, a lot of detail went into this little kitchen setup. All right. Got some more foods right over there. And then that's going to be the climb. Look above the doorways in the upstairs hall. I haven't gone upstairs yet, though, right? Yeah. All right, so let's begin the climb, though. That's a different mailbox setup. All right, we climb up. All pretty. Added a whole bunch of greens on top of this fountain. Makes it really, really come together. As we go up. Many, many flags. Things to adorn the side with windows and all that. You know, I kind of dig the color tone that's being chosen here. You know, this sort of like blue-green sort of color. And we got it all lit up. Okay, now we're entering like another larger room. And notice how immediately we have like this kind of like curvature happening. You know, so we got like, again, like this very unique setup when carving out your own rooms. Let's see what's through here first. We have this tight little bedroom setup. Complete with fireplace and everything. Right back here, bathroom, 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 bathroom. Nice. Bathroom with a purple tub. Boop. So we got our dip. We have our nice large mirror, double mirror setup. One large one for a full view. Here's our little vanity. Yeah, some solid colors coming out of here. Now I'm curious to see what's in this carved out room. Ah. Now this feels more like a kind of like a banquet hall. The food was downstairs and everything, but then, you know, I guess that kitchen setup, you know, things can be put together, brought out here. This is like the serving table. Folks are going to sit here. This is where the boss is. Boss needs no table. They just like hold their food. It's all good. They don't need no table. That's why they're the boss. They're very independent. They don't need no table to like define them. They can do this stuff all by themselves. Shucks. Or that servants hold their food for them. Like you have like dudes coming out and then they just bend over and then you eat on top of their backs. Now that is a tyrant. That's some alpha stuff right there. Here we go. We're like sitting, lording over the weak food, you know, and so dude comes out on his back, bends over. There we go. And he gets to watch TV. I'm assuming that's a TV. You don't hang paintings like that. You hang TVs like that, though, for sure. All right. Imagine when Palm Leaves as well as Pen and the Boss. Wait, hold up. Oh, my. What's happening here? Oh, no. Okay, they're bandits. There's like Murloc bandits that are like up to no good. At first I thought this was like something else. I thought this was like, you know, this Miss Burgle was like, oh my God, help. You know, help me. And then this one's like, long live the king. And then you see like their eyes just bugging out in surprise. Oh no. And then they fall. Whoop. Right down there. Would have been terrible. All right, so anyway, we're here in the mid here because we kind of came out of that room there. We have some rooms there off to the side. We have a lot of rooms. We actually have a lot of. Is this budget really $13.96 out of 31? No way. This was submitted like almost a month ago. Yeah, so this house got like way bigger over time. There's a lot more in this house than what was first submitted. That's cool. Let's start exploring. It's right through here. A bedroom. Nice. All shaped out. This has obviously has an engineering feel, so +1 for the personality in this spot. No, I would say it's like, yo, they have like all their engineering doohickeys, they have it all built into the wall. You would figure that the warband member who's living here would have made their own custom toilet as well. That's budget though. That's a big investment. So not everyone's gonna be up for that. All good. So there we have like another climb. Okay, this place is bigger than I thought. Much bigger than I thought. Here in this spot's a big of a rugged feel with that bed. Or we have another, well, not standard. Well, yeah, I guess we could call it kind of a standard bathroom, with the kind of toilet setup is that is the kind that is not custom built. It is something that's like, yo, I was at the market and I just bought like a whole batch of toilets. A whole batch of toilets? Yeah, I just bought like 11 toilets that look the same because it was on sale. You buy 10, you get the 11th free. You bought 10 toilets. Yeah, there's 10 toilets here. This is a big place. And so I wanted to get one free one, and might as well. Do you have any idea how this economy is these days? Sheesh. Now this person's kind of special. They have their own like little treasure room here. Interesting. We're going to explore the other rooms here, and then we'll proceed out of this hall and check out more. All right, so here again we have this whole sprawling warband kind of feel to it. All the things necessary for like living, plus bathroom. And I know some places they have like a little bit more personality than others. Like this one right here, just fruit, rugged feel, so we can say that they have that kind of preference. But even then, it's not like a blood of can be like, I love the rugged look, I love tusks. That could be their thing. Now here in this spot, we very much have this kind of Gilnean feel to it. Gilnean bed, table setups, and all that. So this could be a worgen that's hanging out here. A worgen what though? Maybe a worgen druid. Could be that. A little bit hard to tell. And then yeah, same bathroom. Telling you, they just got a whole bunch of them on sale. And if there aren't enough rooms to fit all the toilets, well, then they're just gonna save them for later. They're just gonna put that toilet in the freezer and like save it for when the time comes, when it's actually needed. It's the Asian way. All right, so did I check this room yet? I think I might have closed the door. Okay, I closed the door on that one. Okay, so we're going to explore either side of these wings now. So now we are checking out to the upper levels of some of these areas here. We have a grand climb to an upper level, but we got more rooms. The coolness and the burden of the warband house is you're making stuff for the warband. Then it's like, okay, are you gonna play favorites? Are you gonna have a main and like ults or whatnot? I do plan on a concept where I am gonna do something like that, but it's gonna be satirical in nature for the most part. Is this 3 beds? Yes, there's 1, 2, 3 beds. And we know what these 3 beds are for, right? Horse races. So Jack and Jill can do like laps, and then we would just watch as they're like doing laps. No one sleeps here. They just like do laps on that thing. Notice how these Murgles, they're like sleeping on the couch. Or they would sleep on the couch, but what are they doing? They're either gonna play pillow fight or they're stealing pillows. I have a feeling they're stealing pillows. Just like those other 2 outside, they were. Because there's like some shenanigans going on up in this place. Meanwhile, these elves, they're like looking up, like they're literally turning their eyes away from this. Not quite getting all the craziness going on. Little makeup room for themselves. Making up for paintings. Very nice. And let's see what is going through this one. I'm going to guess a deluxe bathroom. Because, I mean, this is a pretty extensive room compared to some of the others. So this might be like the main. Because, yo, okay, this is the free one. Because it looks really good, but it might actually end up being less functional than the others, right? But they wanted the free toilets. There we go. Free toilet. Cool bath setup as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna say this is like the main. Know what I mean? And this happens to be like at this end of the hall. Actually, I'm gonna leave this one open, sorry. So who's at this end? Whoop. We have extras. All right. Yeah, a very shameless thing like, okay, you know what? I just need to put these things out. That's for later. That's for later. Clipping, no big deal. Just keep the door closed. It's fine. Relax, guys. All right, so we get to the top here, and okay, now we're in this kind of like upper library area. We got booksies, places to sit to enjoy said booksies. Ah, we got the low roof, right? So now we get a chance to smoke, relax, do our thing. Right through here, though, snackies. Oh, This is where we're living it up. This is the penthouse kind of spot, but not really a penthouse. It's just a set of stairs, but you know what I mean. Plus library. So this is where the most opulent hangouts, where we can read books and smoke. Which makes me wonder: are there any other places here that have books? Is that who the privileged are here? Those who can read. I'm pretty certain I saw bookshelves and all that elsewhere too. I don't think that narrative is going on, but there's clearly some shenanigans happening here. I'm gonna check out this other hallway. Now this feels pretty inviting. This feels pretty welcoming. It feels very, very filled out. Big old bookshelves right up here. So this has very much like a gallery kind of feel to it. And then from this, you can get this kind of like depth as you go deeper in. Now, it looked kind of jank because I left all them doors open. Sorry. But you have this better sense of the construction and layouts when you have a setup like this. And it all comes together pretty nicely. All right. Have I seen everything? I feel like I have been pretty extensive with making sure that I've seen everything. And I think I might have. I think. Let me climb down from here, make sure that all the pathing is good. Yeah. So this is behind the area. That's the front door. Boop. So I think I've seen everything. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I've seen it. Okay, cool. Good stuff. I'm being rather annoyed at you. Did I do something? They're too good. Well, too bad. All right, so that's 4 places already, right? Okay. Now we've been seeing some good stuff today. All right, we are going to a place that is level 9 maxed. Let's go. We're going to Jeju's place. Oh, brave. No notes. All surprise. That's some alpha stuff right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. queue is full. The queue, okay, the queue was full as of the 40 minutes. Jesus. Yeah. 40 minutes this time. Here, I'll show you. Um, hold on. I wanna at least hide the battle tags. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. So check it. So queue opened up around 10:05, and then here's like the 10. So 10:38 filled up. Usually it's 15, but 5 spots are being reserved for a guild. I don't know if you guys remember. For those who've been watching all of these, you guys are crazy and I love you. There was one visit. It was one of the first visits that super blew me away because like the whole guild showed up and it was like a resort. And so when I first walked in, you had these folks playing like beach volleyball or whatever. It was so good. I was floored seeing like this entire um RP setup. And yeah, you remember that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So folks were going in, they were like checking in, they were eating, they were dancing, doing all that stuff. The one that blew me away the most was when I went into like this pet area. I'm like, wait, they have pets? They weren't pets. They were people that used mirrors and all that stuff to look like pets. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. So it's that group. So we're going to see 5 places from that group next week. It was fun. That was very very fun. So um, looking forward to that. All right, back to business. All right, so we are. That's not the right name. Here we go. Ooh. All right, hold on. I gotta like. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like 98% it's them. If I'm wrong, well, I'm a monster. But I'm pretty sure it was them. All right. All right, folks. This is Jaju's place. Yeah. Or Jajuj's place. There we go. I think that's a better way to pronounce it. You'll see it up there on the thing eventually. We're over in Founders, and they did something highly unique already. We have this like crazy elevation, which is comprised of everything here. So this is all built stuff, and then the actual house is above that. So this has kind of like the look and feel of the housing skin that's out in the shop, and then this person's like, I can do that. I'm gonna do my own thing, dang it. And here we go. Really neat stuff because they used the additional beams to make like these different elevations to hold up the additional structures there. But let's do the climb now. So we start off with paving stones. We make our way up. Notice how subtle of a climb this is. So it's like a 30-degree-ish angle or so. Check out how much the greens are skinning a lot of the place, along with the rocks as well. Yeah, it's like a cliff tower sort of. So we're climbing around it, and then we make our way to the top. So like, there goes the whole budget. But there's like a lot of pieces that are going in here. So I'll just point out things out from here. So lots of Gilnean walls that have this sort of like climb as if it's like a pyramid or whatnot. From there you have platforms, beams, more Gilnean walls, and then finally like these rocks here on the other end that help to make the rest of the base. And then from there, we have all sorts of like little beams, other platforms, and like kind of the same thing here, but more rocks that help to make the stair climb. Cool. That's hella cool, dude. And then up top, they added a little bit more. They have a little bit more with like the additional trellis that's up there. And again, like a lot of the greens. They're pretty cheap greens. They only cost 1 to put in, but they add up a little bit. And so that sucks things up. The fence posts, they take up space. The rocks, they take up a lot too. But yeah, really cool setup. Like it's almost a shame that it's located in the place it is. It's a popular spot. This particular plot, I don't remember what the address number is. Um, but a lot of folks like it because it has like this big overlook, because it has like the one path, because it has the mountainous area that's behind it. So, but it just be I guess I'm just pointing out it'd be cool if we could if people can see, more people can see it if they're going around the neighborhood, and then people go, oh dude, it's that one place, because it's like really tall. It's really neat. All right, so as soon as we go in, um now I don't know if the boss of the house is here, but it looks like the lighting here is intended very bright. We kind of have this sort of haze of blue tint that is permeating because, well, okay, this mostly we have like the big windows, we have the big Stormwind windows that are here that are providing like these pretty intense glows, and of course like the lights and everything. But the woodwork is great. You know, we have like these really tight shapes happening here. We're invited to lay down our stuff, take off our shoes and everything. And then we have this big centerpiece, because it looks like we're immediately going into a stairwell room of sorts. That's going, looks like it's going to go pretty high. But these are not provided stairs, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like these are ones that the player made. And check it out. It's kind of a rounded room. Notice how we have like all these elven tables, you know, one right side up, one upside down, shaped like this, with these big windows, and like a very simple pattern. You can kind of see here. Shapes, windows, more shapes as we make our way down. Really tight here. Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that. They actually made the kind of rack that'll let us grab books that are on the higher shelves. Doesn't take me that high, but you know, it takes me a good ways up. I appreciate that. Yeah, really pretty so far. And very blue. Very, very blue. It's like we have a sort of lens filter on this. And so we'll see how much this blue permeates the rest of the build, because at least, you know, this whole tower setup that we have so far, you know, we're going to see more of these kinds of mirrors, it looks like, until we go through a portal, and that gives us two portals, and now we have a great excuse to just go off to like anything. Who knows what we're going to see next? But what we have is like, okay, we're going to keep exploring this first area before we go through the portals, because I think those are going to be like some big vibe shifts. And so far, we're going through like this very, it feels very cool in here. It's because of the blues. It feels very airy, feels very breathable. Like there's a gust of wind that's going through here as we're doing the climb. And it's a very, very good climb. Like we're going up the multiple spirals. So now we get up here, and you can see how we have like a little bit of the blues still kind of spilling through, but we have this great roof work here. I'm going to back up to this corner. Check that out. Oh, that's really good. Good use of stuff. Now here they're using big pieces, big platforms, because it's kind of a little bit better than using like really big walls. Those get really expensive too. But yeah, we have platforms, beams to help create like this sort of foundation, and some greens here, not just to hide clip, but mostly just for like, hey, let's just have a little bit of extra decorative stuff here. So great upper landing as we get to this spot. Safety first, we have like our fence work. I appreciate that. Shelves are not too filled, but that's okay. We have a cool gallery of stuff. Lots of different colors coming together. And I think we'll explore this upper area because we kind of know what's going on below. You know, there are those two spots. So let's see what's going on. Okay, we have portals like all over the place. This is a lot. All right, so we're gonna walk through here. Instead of a normal opening, they just left it wide, but used these trellises to close it off anyway. Check out the beam supports here. One altar, and then we're gonna start exploring. So I feel like we might be kind of clued in. You know, we have like some tribal work here, so we might be going into like some sort of like troll sort of area. Let's see. Boop. Oh man. Oh, oh, that's good. Ooh, these are good. Very surprising. Now, check out the beamwork that's being used here. They could have filled out the spot, but then because of the whole troll nature of things, don't need to. So don't think of these as beams, just think of them as like planks instead, you know, as we're like walking through. So we have kind of this cool troll temple vibe. Very expensive, by the way. We have like these big pillars plus big banners that are making up the roof and done. You know, it's like this very open air but very solid structure that we have here. And what do we have? Fountains, walkway, place to eat, or it's more like a ceremonial sort of thing. But it's also a precursor to something. It's like the entrance of a temple. Nice. So we would like otherwise go through here, explore some more stuff. Here we have like our big faces flanking the sides. Love the shaping of these things. That they just loom wherever they're at. And then here we have like these platforms. What are these exactly? I don't know what they are. Oh no, strong boxes. So we can open these up. Nice. Treasure mon. Sick. So surprise, treasure. All right. So as we proceed, you know, we see all of the Loa being represented, including what feels like one somebody over there. Actually, no, it's just two Loa that's being celebrated for the most part. But no, we have some jade statues here as well. Yeah, really cool temple setup. This is great. This is great. Like I say, like troll lovers, take notes because there's like some really cool pieces. There's some really cool pieces um, and kit bashing that we can get from this using like these using this rough decor and piecing them all together. Oh, yeah, they're just so clean. When you take these and like embiggen them, like they look fantastic. I'd say troll stuff is like some of my favorite period, just because of how clean it ends up looking. It's the whole kind of like it's the way that they're drawn and they're painted. It has a certain texture to it that feels like buttery smooth. It's just really good. Like this is great and everything. The troll stuff just hits different though. It's just really really good. All right. So now we're going to check out this spot. So here, what might we expect? We have like some sturdy structures here, which might tell us, okay, maybe there's like a human vibe to it, perhaps. Let's see. We're going through these elven table arches and into. It's hard to tell. It has an elven feel to it. No, it's a draconic feel. Yeah, draconic tables, carpets, and everything. All right. So now we're in this kind of like draconic temple of sorts, or at least a draconic building. And this feels pretty convincing too. You know, there aren't a lot of draconic depictions, but I think what's helping a lot are like these big tables that are being used as the walls. You know, the trellises up top, some silvermoon stuff above that, and then we have like banners. I know that a lot of draconic stuff they love the banners, like they like big flags and things like that. But also, kind of like the elves, they like big shapes and big lines with a lot of their decor, and it feels like it delivers here. And there's the boss. Hey, there's the boss of the house. Yeah, so really fun racial depictions that we're seeing so far. We've seen trolls. We're just seeing the Drakthir right now, or dragons, whichever. Here's the boss right here. They're a Dracthyr mage. Hey, how about that? Nice. Working on stuff, letting the AI or the arcane intellect, letting that do their work. Yeah, very cool lab. Very, very cool. Yeah, yeah. This has very much kind of a warband vibe. So like okay, that my main happens to be like a troll this, an evoker this, and so on and so forth. So as for which race the troll was, that was a little bit hard to tell, but man, it's just like the whole aesthetic of things. That was peak, dude. That was really, really good. Layout, construction of all this, fantastic. All right, so now we're going to some sort of like mage thing that's happening here, or maybe that's a work in progress sign for all I know. Let's see where this takes us. Boop. Ah, feels very elven, right? All elven shapes for the most part, but also these deep colors. Oh no, it's Draenei. I think that's what's being depicted more here. Dranithus crystals. We have like the window setups here, and then the purples to kind of like bring it all together. Very nice, very very nice. So while we have like okay, we have like void tea and all that stuff. It's like let's just get everything purple, like get them in here. No, great stuff with the columns. Very challenging too because here you can kind of see there's like two columns being used. I'm sorry, two sets of beams. Like here's beam set number one. Here's like number two. It's a little hard because you know it has this kind of like bulging effect to it, which for some is like oh okay aesthetically that's not very pleasing. The alternative would be to have like really thick beams, and that isn't very ideal either. If they wanted to go for like this sort of style, I would say one tip for the I don't know if they're listening in chat, but I'd say one tip. Now this place is full of greens, which is great. Nothing wrong with that. I'd say add some greens here too. Just have some of them spill off the pillars, or have them climb up or whatever, or just have them like here right in the clip, and you'll be golden. I think that would be a great way of obscuring that. Otherwise, aesthetically, this is fine. But if I'm being like even a little nitpicky on stuff, I'd say if we can move some of these greens over here onto the pillars, that would help to obscure any of the clip, and I think you'd be good. This place feels fun though, because it has a coffee station. Important stuff. It's got its coffee station. You got your sink complete with a TV while you're watching. And this is the best. Straight out. I don't know if this is really being depicted as a TV. I decided it's a TV, which makes this the best kind of sink because I can do my dishes while I'm watching. What am I watching these days? Okay, my mom's watching Scandal, so I end up watching Scandal now. So I guess I'm watching Scandal. Let's go around. And I think there's even more to explore here. No, it's just a closet, a big, big closet to check out. So we got our nice big vanity. We happen to be in an elevated room too. I'm just noticing here because, oh, this is a skybox room too. Sick. So we climb up into this grand bed. Boop, 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 boop. And there we have what's above us. So those are, it's kind of funny. The way that those beams are sitting, they look like a different color of sorts. It's not, it's just two beams, but it seems to kind of sit a little differently. But then we have bigger beams right here to help dress the top. And I think that's like a tent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a tent that's helping us out with the coloring there. Around the spots, we have like these rounded elven tables to help make the shape again. Yeah, this is great. Great room. I think does a pretty good job of capturing that whole Draenei theme. I mean, the windows do a lot for it. The windows, the light colors, that does a whole lot for it. Now, let's go to the other end and see what we got. beyond all the bright lights. Again, the filigree lights, they do a big number at giving that sort of like blue haze as well. And then through here is very Blood Elf. It's got to be Blood Elf. Yep, definitely Blood Elf. Because if we're climbing a list of table 1, 2, 3 up to this elevation, oh, okay. I feel like I kind of wonder. They took all the cherry blossom trees, 2 of them at least, and they have them sitting here. So I wonder, is this the favorite? Is this the favorite race? Because they put in like the premium trees and all that. But this place screams of opulence. So again, we're in a skybox room. This thing has been thoroughly dressed with very, very bright colors. Look at how the floor is just like gleaming. So I'm not entirely sure what the light sources are that's making this really bright glow come from. There could be other lights that are hidden around the space, for all I know. It's a little bit hard to tell. Here, let me stop at one spot because I keep I keep shifting around. So check out the centerpiece here. Giant egg. I mean, I think it's this brazier that's giving us a lot of the brightness because it looks like it's been embiggened some. Then check out the pillar work that's being done here too. So funny enough, like this is another idea too. By using like these a second set of tables, 1, 2, 3, 4, in that earlier Draenei room, perhaps that could be another thing that can give them the whole effect of, hey, maybe I can like hide the clipping and whatnot, because they did it here. So we see one of these ideas put into effect. Around the spot, walls being set up with openings. And then we have like these sorts of shapes. One is upside down. This one's right side up. They added a bunch of these as, things to just kind of surround this sort of like rounded arena. Really cool looking. Really, really cool looking. I plan on doing something like similar like this. It's going to be a lot more gaudy looking, but it's like kind of on purpose. It's meant to just be like way over the top, but I hope to pull off some cool effects with that. Really, really great room though. Very artsy. Like you have like your artsy stuff here. You had your wine on the other side because, priorities and all that. What's cool is that this has like kind of a feel of like not just pillars, but like kind of like swords too. I like how how all that kind of comes together. It's really good. Neat. So I think we are ready to retreat back once again. Favorite part is where the trees come out of the center. Oh, how they're like popping out. There's like this weird kind of lighting thing, so like gotta bear with it. So how they're coming out from the side here. I like how everything just kind of like falls together like this. Even just going through this climb here, like I'd say like this here is a great shot. This feels really good. And what's neat is how these are busting through the trellis, but it doesn't, you can see the clip there, but it's not really too bothersome. But you can tell how these sort of like come out, dance back around, and start to envelop the structure here. That looks really good. Yeah. All right. So I think I don't know if were there more skybox rooms? Oh, I'm sorry. Were there more portal rooms? I think we've seen all of them. Yes, because that doesn't take me anywhere. Okay, so I think I've seen all the rooms, which is fantastic. If I, in fact, have seen all the rooms. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, great place, dude. Awesome. Thanks for showing us. And with that, we actually ended a little bit early. Yay! I'm actually very surprised because I had like some technical technical difficulties at the start, and hell, I'm having technical difficulties now, which is very frustrating. But oh well. Now, let me kind of conceptualize like what it is I want to do with that with my own circular room. Like there's a certain sort of vibe that I want to put together. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take up a lot of budget. Um, it'll be like the biggest project room of all so far. But let me kind of hey, that works. I haven't tried going inside the house, but at least I know that works. All right, so oh, I can't even go into okay. I got to figure out how to get into like house mode or like keybinds, housing, because I can't even click on the thing. That's yeah, that sucks. Um, housing, house editor. Okay, so cool. That's stupid. That's so stupid, man. All right, so I think this room is what I can do with this. So what I want to do is um, I need a fountain. I need this fountain. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to flip the dude around. Please don't be illegal. Actually, wait, hold on. I need to nope. There we go. So I want to. Oh, is that illegal already? Shit. Okay, it doesn't. Really? Okay, so that works. That works. Okay, that does not. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So the idea is, okay, it's not gonna work the way I want it to. Because I kind of want to get the positioning good now, and then I can play with this like a little bit more later. Oh, actually, I've got an idea. Let me just make this guy tiny. And then I can have it here in the middle, although it doesn't want to. Really? It doesn't want to like sit in the middle. Whatever. So let's just make sure. Is this the actual middle? I can't tell actually. Crap. This is the middle, right? Yeah. What about the project of the starting stream pattern? Yeah, I'm working on it a little bit. Also, thank you to Kaisho for subscribing. Appreciate it. I don't have any of my alerts on anymore. It's terrible. All right, so the idea is I wanted to have like something like this. And then let's see how low I can make it. I guess it's not like a big deal, like how if I can't really bring it in that low. But if I can. It's annoying because it's not telling me if it's an illegal move. Okay, so I think that's it. So the idea is I want to, for the first time, I'm going to make stairs. Or I'm going to make curved stairs. I'm going to curve up these stairs. And then as I get to the top here, I'm going to be surrounded by like those freaking statues. So, okay, do I have any elven tables on me? Okay, I have some. Cool. So I want to make an exact shape. Um, and let me see if I could just eyeball this like like the way it is now. So if I do, I know there's like a certain kind of configuration. 11 minutes ago, blues. See, I missed blues. Thanks, dude. You're seen, buddy. You are seen. Okay, so anyway. Can I make this work? Because I know like some configurations are going to be easier than others. Should I? Okay, I think I need to do that kind of overlap. Maybe. Maybe that works. But I don't think it would. No, it's not going to work. Damn. So I think I need to find just something large that can. I guess that trim works. Actually, yeah, that can work. So I would basically need to have another fountain. So, boop. Hey, that made it much easier. Oh my god, this whole mouse thing is driving me bananas. Okay, so I could have like something like that. As high, it's going to be as high as I need it to be. It probably won't be that high. Um, and then I think what I'm going to have are probably, depending on the height, I might just do beams. So they might end up being white beams. So it's going to be kind of like this, but I wanted to make a sort of like shape. So it's going to be like this thin, and then I'm going to make like this sort of like climb up. But it's going to be like fully surrounded too. So I want to have like a wall, probably. A wall of beams for the most part. So that's going to be fun. Taking all these beams and like trying to shape them all to be like the perfect, this perfect like solid wall of sorts. So I'm going to take those and like, for example, whoop, take these and like, whoop, don't act all funny on me, dude. So I'm just going to take these, line them up, and then make that very, very perfect kind of like flushed curvature sort of thing here. Just trying to make an example of this. And that's going to go all the way around as I do the climb. Once it's up, that's when I'm surrounded by a bajillion statues. So where is it? Yeah, I need way more than 9. I think I need to buy like 20 of each or something like that, because I want it to be like packed, you know? And it's going to have like that whole like temple kind of feel to it. So up above, or it's going to have like this whole roof set up and everything. It's going to be extremely excessive. That's the whole thing. So I don't think it needs to be this high. I'll probably get away with that. And then I can immediately do a thing where I have have this like immediate climb here. And given how close the patch is, I'm probably going to, it doesn't really matter what I use here. I'm just going to utilize, not cloths, Rugs. White rugs is gonna line it. I don't want no texture. I want it to be like kind of like a pure white sort of thing. Yeah. If you need a large circular market line, yeah. So do I have that? Yeah. So let me see how big this thing gets, which should be pretty good. Um, okay, not big enough, but oh well, it's okay. Yeah, I need something bigger. Oh well. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of work, but this should be fun. Yeah, definitely gonna take longer than the starting screens, I think. Actually, no, the starting screens might be easier because with this is more freeform. With the starting screens, I'm trying to emulate something. So there's a tree fountain from the store that gets even bigger. Oh, I'm not gonna buy stuff. Nah. If Blizzard gifts me stuff, then that's one thing. But I'm not going to. I don't really care to use money or WoW tokens to buy that sort of stuff. But that's kind of the plan there. I might do something with this room here where I'm just going to I kind of want to make this as bright as possible. just stupidly just stupidly bright for fun. And I want to do something where I make something stupidly dark. Like just how much can I black something out? And I'm just going to use rugs for that like later on. Make a lot of cursors you see when my house is toward. Cool. Yeah, when I do this, this will be my first time trying to do curved stairs. And I think the plan is, so here's the entrance. I'm going to, um, shoot, how would I want to do it? It's going to be a tight hallway here. Wall barrier, and then we do the climb. It might be a short climb, actually. It might just be a quarter. Yeah, it might not be that high at all. Hmm. Hmm. So we'll see what I end up doing. Because what I could do also, like, let's pretend here. Let me take one of these. Where's that fountain guy? Here we go. Here, take this fountain guy. Um, I flip it over like such, but then this time I make it smaller. Let's go with half, and then we'll see like what happens when I do that. So basically, it would be a climb that only takes me to like here. So like you can see how it has like this sort of attachment instead. And if the climb takes me up there, then that could be fine as well. So it'll be like this sort of shape. I do the climb. By the time I get here, the stairs will, yeah. So that's okay. That's not a big climb at all. Yeah. So it might be longer. I might have it be there and it might have it be here instead, just so it's like kind of like a half circle. Because if it's too thin, then I don't like climbs that are too steep, and that feels like it's going to be too steep. Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be better like here ish. Yeah. I do the climb and then I end up on top of there and then I'm staring at all these dudes. Fun. Fun. All right. Well, that's the plan so far. Could be fun. What's going to be kind of hmm I don't know how I need to figure out how I'll pull it off. Maybe it'll just depend on the size of these characters of these guys because I'll want to go through here. This is the path, but I can't have a statue here either. But I want to fill out the entire space in a 360 direction. Is kind of the intent. After that, it's going to be like whatever. Maybe I'll use walls, maybe I'll use greens or something like that, um, to kind of like bring everything together in like this whole dome shape towards the top there. But then lots of it's going to be like really bright in here too. Should be fun. Yay. And I'm sure I'll have plenty of budget. I do want to I don't know if I'll be able to do it today. Maybe I can. I haven't given myself like too much work to do for today. So I might work on the Pandaren starting screen again. Here it is. Because there's a lot that I have finished. It's just like fine details that I want to try and work on. And I feel confident that I can easily throw together the orc one without too much trouble. Like that just involves like some hills and then a lot of skybox work or a lot of environmental work, like trying to make weather effects and things like that. That could be cool. And I still haven't fully decided what I want to do for the third room. Not entirely sure yet. But yeah, the lighting is probably one thing that I want to keep working on with this. I want to make the lighting look pretty convincing, for like the whole outside thing. There's going to be more work. Should be fun though. It was fun when I started this. Like I liked how things started to come together as soon as I put down the greens. I'm like, oh, okay. Now that I'm putting like this thing here and this thing here, like it's starting to sort of come together. So pretty pleased so far. Seeing your empty rooms makes me want to create so many things. Now that my houses have been showcased on Stream 9, I'll be able to revisit them through the recordings. Now, I think we're going to finally give in, tear some things down, and start over with new projects. That's the fun part. Like, it's kind of funny because I was like really, I finished the build, and then in like a few days, I was like, all right, I'm good. It lasted about a week, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do the full teardown, and I want to do something like new. Um, but I'm still pretty hard up on like, okay, small projects, love it. I'm feeling, I feel like I'm in a happy place. Of course, I still play, somewhat casually. I don't put 11 billion hours into the game like I'd want to actually, because that's going to help me fund my projects. It's a lot of gold. Um, Picking up all these different things, and I do hope that by the time 12.1 comes, that there will be another extension to the storage. Having two full houses is pretty tough on storage. But for folks who want to do like lots of different teardowns and do lots of experiments, that's really, really hard. Because you end up accruing like so many different things that if you want to try out a new big project, then you're gonna have to tear down a lot of stuff. Like the biggest example would be like beams. Like, yo, I want to take these beams and I want to like do these things, but now I need a whole bunch of other beams because the theme is totally different, and now I gotta delete a whole bunch of beams, and that's a lot of gold or just a lot of hassle to get rid of that stuff. So I would love to have a way to just customize beams. That's it. No dyes, none like that. I just want to customize them into like um a different color and texture. So, oh well. I guess I would say like um part of the struggle with that too probably would be how sometimes we saw kind of recently with this patch how if you customize the floors, sometimes it'll revert back to like the its original state. Imagine if that happened to a place where you have a very extensive work with beams. That would be very, very frustrating to find like a whole bunch of the customizations on your beams were to be reset. um but that's a bug, and that's something that Blizzard just needs to not let happen. But boy, that would be annoying. Ugh. All right. For now, though, I think we are good for the day. So we're going to stop here. Tomorrow we have another 5 fabulous folks we'll be checking out. Let's see. Do I have the list handy? Yes, I do. So we're going to be taking a look at Nairobi's Place, Moon Zephyrs, Atriana's, Maribel's, and Wind Grace's homes. So looking forward to that. And that's going to be it. You guys have a great rest of your day. May your loots be merry. I'll see you guys for the next thing. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.